Good weekend. How is everyone today? I hope everyone is having a good start to their weekend. It's bloody warm where I am. It always seems to be warm when I decide to stream. Yeah, absolutely roasting. Whew, what a busy week that was, honestly. Trying to get stuff done. We've got an even busier week next week, though, with the Savage raiding coming out, as well as the treasure map dungeons and stuff. So, yeah, lots to look forward to. The game that keeps on giving, absolutely, Final Fantasy XIV. So, today we're going to be doing some of the role quests. I haven't done any of them. I saved them purely for stream. We're probably going to have terrible voice acting by yours truly, or at least attempt to. If there is no voice acting, who knows? No idea. Obviously, the stream is going to feature spoilers for the role quests, as well as probably Dawn Trail-related zones. Although I do hear a lot of the zones featured in the role quests apparently are old ones. So, we'll see. We'll see. That's the rumor I have been given anyway. Whether that has any merit, I have no idea. Let's plop in the game then and get started on this. Hello, everyone. How you doing? We're just dancing on top of a rooftop because we can. I found a roof. It's not a jumping puzzle roof, but it's a roof, and you can jump on it from the banners. Thought that'd be a good place to start because I like jumping. I haven't done the jumping puzzles yet as well. That's something else I need to do. And you can kind of stand up there as well, which is kind of cute. Right then, role quests. Let's start with a ranged magical DPS, because that's what I'm playing for the most part. And then we'll probably do tank, and then healer, and then probably melee or physical ranged after that. Yeah, I haven't even started these. As soon as I saw them available, I ignored them deliberately. So, yes. And of course, we're going to do an MSQ related stream, but it will be in a few weeks from now when things die down a little bit and we've given people a chance to go through it themselves. I've got my alt all prepared and ready for that in the future, so just bear that in mind. It's not like I've forgotten. I also decided to delay the sort of my review of the expansion so far until next week, simply because I saw that a lot of people are still only midway through the expansion, and I feel bad, honestly. I don't want people to feel like I'm shoving that down their throats, so I'm not going to. Hey M, hey Lennon, how's things? So, Bruk Evu, hello. Uncouth customers, right. Urgent job for a courageous soul. Meoni, I was wondering when you'd be along. Not a moment too soon, either. I've got an urgent job that needs doing, and there's no one else I'd entrust with it. Of course you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly. Okay. Hey, Rios, how's things? A long story, oh boy. Any voice acting? Nope. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Bruk Evu, proprietor of Shibalyav Tie. Oh my god, I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Apologies. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone, people hailing from across Tural, and sometimes further. Come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst, not stake. There's no vampires. We're not staking any vampires. Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable, but a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Rotten. Why were they rotten? Did they just not wash? Sitting just over there. Oh, I'd burn the seats then if that's the case. That's what I would do. In fact, and having a conversation most foul. Okay. Flashback? Echo? Question mark? Hey Teveris, how you doing? Hey Kashimoto. Only in V Rising, that's right. I'm good, Rios. What voice should we give? Okay, we have to predict what this person is without knowing who they are. So usually I give them a very strong voice and then we stick with it and it sounds awful. What about a sniveling voice?
Oh, I thank you all for coming here, so far from your respective homes.
Oh boy. That's a very dizzying camera angle. Oh, is this the character that was talking?
As this is the first time we've all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order? I am.
Welcome, welcome. What will you be having?
Could we have a moment, please? We are in the middle of something very important.
That's why you don't raise your hand inside a restaurant.
Now then, where was I?
Jumping over to YouTube, don't like Twitch? Okie dokie.
Oh, yes.
Oh boy.
I am Apiahi. If you're sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the Passage of the Unbound, my secretive villainous order with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world.
Villains do not call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see.
What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand the words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason, to throw the world into a mire of chaos, and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous?
My only interest is to punish all who've dared to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. A grand design for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish.
I regret to say you're right. At present, we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. And in doing so, we shall become unbound. Like the birds soaring up above, we shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black.
I mean, it's raining. Is that part of the storyline? Or...
but sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds, and even birds must rest.
Oh, you speak of finding strength. Is that why we're here? To look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With a newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero.
Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Tural. Across the continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power.
Ew.
Did you say artifacts? Oh, I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devilish devilry ahead. My imagination is overflowing with images of new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready. Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the disparate tribes which make their homes in the Tural continent, where they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contain the essence of fearsome beasts called Tural Vidral, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. Boom, 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 boom. I take it there are no questions. Then let the passage of the unbound open onto the world. We begin at once. That looks really uncomfortable to sit in, by the way, that scale mail. Never really thought about that before. It's like the eagle stuff, isn't it? They didn't even order a drink. Wow, that's scummy.
I didn't order a single thing.
I know, right? What's that about? They were just keeping out the rain, I guess.
That's the long and short of it. What do you think?
They left without ordering anything? Villainous indeed. At least buy a taco. Or, you know, a Sprite.
It's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect. And won't be back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like.
Yeah.
Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard to the Landsguard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference, because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with the same story, then another, and so on. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they're at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. Now I know you've businessed in Tural, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place. But if you could take the time to hear Ral Mahun out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand.
Oh my goodness, the wave.
Hi, how you doing? Are you at least going to order a drink?
The worst, the dark side of running a business. Asking for the tap water. Oof. Why is this person on a table? You can't just go on a table without dancing. If we're doing table service, I expect dancing. My goodness. My goodness. How are we doing, chat? Flabsteration. How you doing? I came here for the rewards. I'm staying for this amazing voice work. It's awful. But it will stay that way until Final Fantasy XIV has voice acting in its smaller cutscenes, which hopefully we will get one day. 10 stream streak. Nice. Why is she known so nasally? Probably because I've got hay fever. Apiahi has never sounded better. Nice. Nice. You're playing Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Remastered. Sorry, I just saw FF7 CCR. I was like, yes. Yes. Give him a Prime sub thing, but prefer watching on the TV. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Twitch is definitely a... what do you call it? An acquired taste, isn't it? For sure. Woo! 5 stream streak. Nice.
Oh, greetings. Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable.
That's the voice she's getting, okay? Oh my god, how am I going to do one of these guys? I mean, in the past, they were just... whoa, me smash. You know, in the old Final Fantasy XIV, before they decided to... there's even a quest that uses that as a pun, isn't it? What did you expect us to sound like? Greetings, Ral Mahoon. At the risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share? Slipped into Sean Connery slightly there.
A nuisance? Why, perish the thoughts. You've come just in time, in fact. None other than the vaunted Meoni has agreed to aid in the search.
Oh, finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our home shall know no peace.
I need to stop doing that.
To say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations. If these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you had better depart on the next ship. But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tural in search of aid.
I hope this guy doesn't have many voice lines. Whoa, okay, that's a name.
Loas,
Loas, right? Loa Zen. So let's Loa Zenique.
Loa Zenique here comes from a village up to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she requires a stout protector, someone that can be leaned upon when times are darkest. The heirloom that Nepine must recover afflicts terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract its effects.
Oh, I see. Oh my god, Shalashaska. We're just going to call him Shalashaska from Metal Gear Solid.
The search for Shalashaska's tribal treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target, while her bow takes deadly aim.
Oh, a cat.
And lastly, there is Shuhei, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, aside that it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery.
Alright, cool. We've been introduced.
Oh, are you forgetting someone, Rahulja? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you ain't say so yourself.
Rahulja hails from...
Rahulja hails from further south than even Mamuk, and has travelled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effects of this village's treasure. Did I get that right?
Indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Ral Mahoon. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures, all awaiting for the aid of one brave soul. Hopefully that can be you, Meoni.
I don't know. Depends how much you talk. Probably not much more, hopefully, right?
Oh, of course, I'll share that I know all I know that I know. Blah, blah. I'll share all I know on the matter. You need only ask. And know that I will not hold it against you should you choose to assist only those whom your talents are best suited.
No, we need to do them all for the next quest.
So long as you do what you can, the people of Tural, and maybe even further, will be in your debt.
Can I have one of these skewers? I've been staring at these skewers for like 10 minutes now. Oh. Oh, kebabs. You have gained access to the role quest for Dawn Trail. Cool. Thanks, game. Well, we're going to do magic ranged first, because magic ranged, you know? Suhei. Power forgotten. Suhei seeks an adventurer with a penchant for the magical. Okay. We're probably going to hear a lot of this person.
Oh, hello. Did Brooke Evu send you over to help recover our stolen treasure? Thank the heavens, and judging by your accoutrements, you're learned in the arcane arts, yes? If so, we've need of your power and wisdom.
Yeah, let's go. Let's crush some skulls.
Truth be told, it is wisdom that we require most.
Oh, that's me out then.
You see, even though the treasure has been guarded by our people for generations, we know little of its true nature. In ages past, the forests of our homeland were plagued with terrible beasts, a constant source of fear and danger. To combat this menace, our mages spent many moons researching the treasure, known as the Perch of the Apex. Upon unlocking its secrets, they were able to drive the monsters from the woods, bringing peace at last. With the threat all but eradicated, our forebears forbade any further use of the treasure and enshrined it within the village. As the years passed, we slowly forgot what it was to live in fear. Yet as our struggles faded into memory, stories surrounding the Perch of Apex became legend, then myth. Now, none living are certain of its true power. Yet the peace was shattered by a member of the Passage of the Unbound. The villain wielded his way into our trust and stole upon my husband, the treasure's appointed guardian, catching him unaware with a terrible blow that left him unconscious. He is yet to awaken, so my daughter, Tepeke, has set forth to retrieve what was stolen. Unlike her father, she has no skill in the arcane arts, and chose the path of the sword. That's why I've been seeking someone with the knowledge she lacks, should the ancient power be unleashed. Please, if you can find it in your heart to help Tepeke, I would be forever grateful.
Consider it done.
Oh, thank you. Now, our only clue to the thief's whereabouts is from something he mentioned during his stay in our village. He spoke of his desire to bring change to a place called Radz-at-Han?
Oh boy.
That is where Tepeke decided to begin her search, so she boarded a ferry bound there by way of Limsa with her trusted sword and shield close at hand. And that's how you'll know her.
Oh yeah, a person with a sword and shield. That'll be obvious.
She agreed to stay in Radz-at-Han to gather information until aid arrived. I know nothing of this place, but it's likely she can be found in a marketplace of some such. Please, bring our treasure and my daughter safely home.
Okay. Radz-at-Han. Couldn't you have picked somewhere with better music? Alright, okay. Let's go look for Tepeke. I'm not getting on no boat. No boats for me. Hello, Giga Blazer. Hello, Jere. How you doing? Needle in a haystack. Yeah, the amount of people that are probably wielding a sword. Actually, is there going to be many people here with a sword? No one's really going to be here anymore, are they? It's probably going to be easier to see her. That's a cool rough gal. Look at that. Cool. Endless summer glasses. Nice. Got a mage. Huh? No swordsmans. Okay. She's going to sound like her mother a little bit, right? She has to.
Oh, you're looking for me? Whatsoever for?
Meoni, and you say my mother sent you? I take it she's already explained the details, such as how we know next to nothing of a treasure and its capabilities. We've only the legends passed down through our forebears to go on. They speak of a Tural Vidral of an owl that once terrorized the forest, whose soul is sealed with a perch of the apex. The tales have only become more vague as the mists of time obscure the treasure's origin. Even our village's eldest remembers naught but an ominous warning uttered by those who once wielded its magics. The master of the apex shall be showered with good fortune, yet leave only sorrow in their wake. Or something like that. It's clear that despite owing their safety to the apex's power, our forebears viewed it as something to be feared. It must be truly immense. Now, on the matter of the thief, even during our brief acquaintance, he made plain to desire to bring change to Radz-at-Han. Naturally, I've started my search here and have been seeking anyone who's expressed dissatisfaction with the status quo. Sure enough, I soon heard stories of a recent arrival, a self-styled savior of Radz-at-Han, who proclaims that he will lead the city to greatness, calls himself the Justiciar. He's apparently taken on the burden of personally exterminating the beasts which infest Favnia's wilds. He made a great show of claiming he alone is equal to the task. While he certainly draws a crowd with his boasting, I only watch with morbid curiosity as he sets off into the jungles alone. I realize this can have nothing to do with our problem, but even the smallest lead must be pursued. I've heard he often gives his speeches at the region's smaller settlements, so shall we go see this Justiciar for ourselves? Yeah, go on then. Let's have a laugh. It's decided. I hear Yedlimad would be a good place to start. Hopefully there we can find our next crumb of a clue. I like the shield. That's nice. My expectations for the role quests can never be as... they can never live up, I don't think, to the Shadowbringers ones. Regardless of how good the storyline might be. It's going to take a lot for me to be like, oh, this is better than Shadowbringers. I don't think it's going to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Hyuran boy.
You're looking for Justiciar too? Well, our soldiers went after him.
Oh, Meoni, we're in luck. This boy saw the very man we seek. It seems he gave the same grand speech about saving the people, claiming that danger lurked nearby before venturing forth to combat it alone. Yet the Radiant host could not stand idle if truly were beasts afoot. So one of them followed him. All we need to do is pick up their trail. Okay.
He ran towards the shard. You might be able to spot him from Kadaya's footsteps. You can see the old forest from there.
Thanks. You've been very helpful. So, Meoni, let's head there and see what we can see. Okay. Hey, Lizzie. How's it going? How's things? Roll quests. Roll quests. The range DPS Dawn Trail roll took me to a zoom step. I haven't done any yet, other than starting this one. That makes me sad that I didn't do the ranged physical. Because I love the Azim step, but there we go. Hey, Ken. How's it going? Ken Patchy. Alright, where are we? On top of the mountain, right? Yeah. That's the vantage point. Oh, there's Tepeke. What's Tepeke got to say? Now then, let us begin our search. Since I've never actually seen the Justiciar, I suggest we find the Radiant Host soldier first. They do all wear similar armor after all. Okay. Oh, literally the same text. Boo. Boo. Okay, what's that? A monkey? Monkey!
Monkey!
Oh, can I click on the monkey? I want to talk to the monkey.
Monkey! Flower!
What's that?
That's another flower.
Oh, lovely. What's that? Another monkey? No, that's a fungua. Whatever is that? It isn't moving anymore. Could it be one of the fiends the Justiciar is after? I mean, there's a corpse right there. That must be him, but what happened? We'd better get down there quickly. I wasn't done. I was looking at monkeys. It's never too late to do anything in a game as long as you're having fun. In relation to what? He dead. Not to worry, Meoni. He's unconscious. Oh. But otherwise appears unharmed. Poke him. Oh, that's that fungua thing. The game content? Yeah, for sure. Yes. That looks like a rock. That's another rock. Suspicious rock!
What happened? Ugh.
We heard you came here in pursuit of the Justiciar. Do you remember anything?
Yes, I eventually found him. He was confronting that fiend that now lies dead.
Okay, so he stabbed. Why is it so unusual for someone to attack one of these monsters?
At last,
what voice did we give this guy before? Oh, really posh.
Oh, at last the Justiciar graces Radz-at-Han. I shall bring unending peace to this beleaguered land.
I was the posh guy, right? I think. Oh, well.
Oh, you're brave to follow in my path.
Few indeed possess the mettle to even consider the terrors which threaten our home, let alone stand against them. Yet, courageous though you may be, you are far too weak to fell a beast so mighty. Quit this place with your life while you're yet able. It's a mushroom, dude.
I'm of the Radiant Host. If I ran from such meagre prey, I would become a laughingstock.
Oh, how bold, to look death in the eye without flinching. I doubt not your conviction to defend Radz-at-Han, yet I believe it pales before mine. What is that? Oh, Apex, bestow upon me your divine might. Is this Hildebrand? Is that where we're going with this? Do not heed my call. I require your power more than ever.
Is, something supposed to happen?
Why? Am I yet unworthy? Or mayhap there is a button I must press? This is not what I expected.
Stand aside. I'll dispose of this pest.
Just give me a moment. It cannot end like this. I will not be made a fool. Come on, you moldy trinket, work. Transform me into the hero of Radz-at-Han. Okay. Wait, what? He summoned rocks? What?
He brandished that idol and became wreathed in a mysterious light. Then boulders started falling from the sky. Down they came, one after another, and that's when I must have been struck unconscious.
Uh-huh.
I recall only faintly, but I think I heard a man mumbling, quite excitedly, as if he'd come upon a sudden revelation, or so if he was overtaken by madness.
They're rocks. Do we have to keep staring at the rocks?
It seems he got away unscathed. Either he had incredible stroke of luck, or whatever he was beseeching to actually answered.
Then it's as I suspected. This Justiciar is the self-same thief who stole the perch of the apex. But no doubt he's long departed from here. First, I'll escort this fellow back to Yedlimad and keep a close eye on him. Head wounds can have dreadful after effects. Yeah, it could have a concussion. Maybe he never talked like that prior to the hit on the head. You never know. Side quest question mark. The title should indicate, if it's updated properly, that we're doing role quest today. Yeah. There's a big spoiler warning too. The soldier made his way to Radz-at-Han to make a formal report. And what an odd report it will be. His account seemed to align with the legends of the treasure's powers. The wielder escaped unharmed and brought ruin to those around him. Could those falling rocks have been a freak accident? I'm not so sure.
You won't believe it. He came back.
It's the kid. Squeaky kid. Who came back? The Justiciar?
Yes, not long after you left. Oh, he said he beat up a monster that knocked out a Radiant, and he was laughing his head off. Did he really do that? Is he really stronger than the Radiants?
Whatever he did, the monster was slain, I suppose. It was dead. Pikachu used rockets very effective, that's true.
Well, my mate can't stop talking about him. He wants to be just like the Justiciar. His mum and dad weren't happy about that, though.
I'd advise you and your friend to look for a different role model, but we thank you for telling us what happened.
Bye. Oh, I'm going to go play Lego.
Well, there is one less fiend skulking about, I suppose. He may have been simply testing the treasure's capabilities, and as far as we know, he's yet to use its power to evil ends. I find his motivations a mystery, to steal the perch of the apex by force, only to come here to Favnir and use it for good. It makes no sense. You've heard tell of his passage of the Unbound, yes? Well, many have ventured to Tural claiming to be their victims, yet here they would be saviors? If he had such noble goals, then why did he stoop to such devious deception? What could he be plotting? But that's neither here nor there. Words. But that's neither here nor there. He stole from my people, and that misdeed can't be forgiven. The perch of the apex helped us win peace,
By its might, our forebears built the foundation of the lives we now lead. Until recently, it stood silent, a symbol of our pride as a people. It reminded us that we carved out a home within that inhospitable wilderness. Being trusted with its protection is a great honor. Thank you for the head pats. I was so proud of my father when the elders chose him. So proud to be his daughter. Yet since the day it was stolen, some of the other villagers have made their disdain towards him only too clear. I couldn't bear it. That's why I must get it back. To restore my village's pride and my father's reputation. There's still so much we don't know about the Justiciar, but we have to assume he's learned to wield the Apex's power. I can't say whether those falling rocks have anything to do with it, but I won't discount it outright. I'll continue looking into his whereabouts. While we still have so many questions, with both of us working together, we'll find answers soon enough. Leave it to me. I'll find them. All this wasted EXP, by the way. I'm good, Vieira Fran. How are you? How's things? Hey, Kat. How's you? Hello, Spider-Man. We're on the trail of the ranged magical DPS role quests for the first time. I've not done any of them, so interesting so far, but it's not hooked me yet. A brand of justice. Ah, Meoni. I'm afraid there have been some developments that are less than encouraging. News of the Justiciar's actions have spread throughout the city, and with each retelling his deeds become more valorous. The younger citizens in particular seem to view him as something of an idol. Despite the creatures he hunts posing no real danger, he would paint them as mighty beasts in need of felling. Of course, the Radiant Host are far too busy to trouble themselves culling every pest that casts a sideways glance at the city's gates. Yet the Justiciar has twisted circumstances to his advantage. He proclaims to anyone who will listen that the Radiant Host shrink with terror before these beasts, and that he's the only one who can eradicate them. Though you might expect such claims to be dismissed as wild ramblings, it seems no few people have fallen for his ploy. The whispers of his exploits among the youth have practically grown into clamour. Yet we mustn't be discouraged, for his increasing fame only makes it easier for us to sniff out his trail. And we're better to start than Radz-at-Han. I'll see you there. Okay, back to the city. Okay. E5, thank you. You're currently busy leveling your craftsmans. Only 2 more to go. Nice. Nice. I haven't done any crafted stuff yet. I know I'm probably just going to end up buying stuff from other people and getting it pentamelded at this point. Next week, that is. Given how large the city is, let's split up to cover more ground. I already have a destination in mind, the High Crucible. Legend Dragon TV, thank you so much for the 2 months of Prime. Welcome back. Thank you so much. You hear the alchemists there can concoct all manner of tinctures and powders, including those that help in detecting traces of energies left behind by magics and enchanted tools. Fallen rocks have invariably marked locations where the Justiciar has performed one of his feats, and I believe an alchemical mixture can help us determine if their presence is the work of the treasure. I'm hardly an expert in such concoctions though, so I'll seek advice at the High Crucible. While I'm doing that, I would ask that you go into the Hall of the Radiant Host and see if they have any new information on the Justiciar's whereabouts. Does that plan sound agreeable to you? Yes, nod. Great. Now that we both have our tasks, let's get to them. I'll meet you back here once my business is done. Cool.
yes. Radz-at-Han's music never gets old, does it? Apart from when it does. The Quetzal, that's right. Where'd you get the... it's Waterside Exploration 31. Retainer mission. It's cute, isn't he? I like him. You need it? Oh, not this group of dudes again.
I'm tired of hearing about this Justiciar. His popularity among the city's younglings is quickly becoming a cause for concern. Try as we might to refute his claims that the Radiant Host are allowing monstrous beasts to run amok unchecked. You know how young minds are. Impressionable and difficult to change once set. We initially disregarded him as a boastful eccentric, but his alarming sway over the populace can no longer be ignored. We are at present considering whether to open a formal investigation into his activities. You and this ally of yours have done well in your search thus far. You even have a working theory about falling stones. Quite impressive. Several of our number have encountered him during their patrols, only to lose sight of him under a hail of rocks. Such incidents have become all too frequent, and many in our rank demand we act. For now, I'm afraid this is all the help I can offer. Please share what I've told you with your companion, and together we may yet unmask the Justiciar.
I will do. Bye. You love Meoni story time? I'm glad you do. I'm hoping that it just goes boom and explodes with awesome story. We'll see. Like I said before, I don't think anything for me can currently compare to Shadowbringer's role quests, but we'll see. We'll see. Like the Void quests were especially awesome.
It's heartening to know that the Radiant Host are taking this seriously. Thank you for speaking with them, Meoni. I have good tidings as well. I explained the situation to the alchemists, and they provided a powder that should help detect traces of magic in the surrounding environment. I say help because the powder reacts only faintly on its own. To function properly, it requires the skills of one practiced in the arcane arts. Luckily, I have you. I've committed the locations of all sightings of the Justiciar to memory, and the closest to us was the perfumed rise. Let's hope this powder works as intended.
Never trust alchemists and their powders. That's all I'm going to say. I wouldn't. You'll turn into a frog almost immediately. I have a soothing voice. Oof. I thank you. However, there are many people who would disagree with you. Oh, I need to kill those for a hunt thing. That's a rock. Basically, this role quest can be summed up to basically two things. Inspect rock. Yep, it's a rock.
The Justiciar was sighted near here, and I didn't see any other conspicuous stones around, so I've sprinkled the powder over this one. Now, concentrate your focus, or inner eye, or whatever it is that's the locus of your power, and see if you can detect any unnatural forces.
Okay. I'm channeling my powers. It's still a rock. It's still a rock. Yep, still a rock. Don't touch the rock. Oh. We have magical rock powers now. Amazing. It's a glowing rock? What just even happened? What was that? So, were you able to detect anything? Yeah, it was a rock. It's a magical rock. I knew you could do it! So because there are no crystals in a rock, the energy you detected must be the remnants of some kind of spell. Is that right? And taking the story of the Radiant we rescued previously into account, we can conclude that the Justiciar uses the treasure to call those stones down from the sky. Nod. At least we now have an inkling of its true nature. Even so, not every question has been answered. The Radiant told us that even as the Justiciar stood before the creature, he seemed to have trouble calling forth the Apex's power at first. My father once said that the perch of the Apex is much like the wand he used to weave his magics. I bet he did. Of course, the main difference between them is the unique nature of the essence stored within the treasure. I know little of such arcane instruments, but you must be quite familiar with them. How do you use yours? Carefully. I rely on sheer willpower. Sure. It's just all willpower, you know. I will things to be dead, and they die. Huh, I see. If determination and intent are what's required, I dare say the Justiciar has his share, if little else. Even with all of his fervent yelling, it took a while for the rocks to appear from the sky.
It's my 2-month sub anniversary.
Yo, Spider-Man, thank you so much for the 2 months of Prime. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Use the Force to lift the rock. Become one with the rock. I suppose the perch of the Apex possesses some unique method of activation. Yeah, he just slightly rubs it a little bit. When I spoke to the representatives of the other tribes about their treasures, no one mentioned special techniques being required. Not that the relics should have much in common to begin with. Yeah, but how would they know? They've forgotten over the years. It's a myth now, right?
You two, did you see an Ori girl pass through here by herself?
I'm afraid not. What happened?
Oh, wait, I recognise you both, the hero of the final days, and our recent visitor from Tural. Well, apologies for the imposition, but may I beg of your assistance? It's all that Justiciar's fault. The girl said she was off to join that false crusade, and ran out of Yedlimad before anyone could stop her.
She dead.
Her mother begged us to find her, but if she's following the Justiciar, she could be anywhere. You see, he's been sighted at locations scattered all over Favnir.
Well, we can't stand here looking at rocks while a girl is in danger. Especially if a Justiciar is involved. We have to help. Nod, I guess.
That'd be much appreciated. We're searching places where the Justiciar's been spotted before, so perhaps you could start with where he hasn't been seen?
Okay, I'll look in the ocean. Don't mind me. Good idea. As far as I know, he hasn't been sighted at the northern shores. Oh my goodness. I'm guessing all of this stuff. What a guess. We're just selling death sticks. That's right. No, you want to go home and rethink your life. Oh dear. Outrunner, I choose you. Right. Search for the Ori girl. Why is she at the quarry? Oh no, it's not the quarry. She's near the Tower of Zot. Okay. We're near some Hamzas. Hamza nests. Hello? Where are you? Oh, she dead. She very dead. Just gonna stand next to her and dance, I think that's the best thing to do. Whee! Whee! Hello. You have more pressing matters at hand. I don't think so. Do you want a sandwich? Hey. Hey, how's it going? Hey. These things bothering you? Fine. Fine. Oh, right, yeah, they're lower level. Have a hammer in the face. And one of them too. Is that it? Any more? No? Oh. You finally done with the Mandeville relics? Nice. Welcome to the club. I heard fighting, so I came as fast as I could. It's a good thing you arrived in time to save the girl. Thank you, miss. Thank you. Generic child voice. I'm glad you're safe, but your mother must be worried sick. You shouldn't wander off like that, especially not to look for a trickster like the Justiciar. What? You mean he's a bad man? Yes, exactly. He stole an important treasure from my village, and now he's using it to make himself look brave. Oh, but he needs it to kill the monsters, to protect us. That's no excuse for stealing. He might have fooled you younglings, but the Radiant hosts know what he's up to. But he said he'd save us from the monsters. He's our hero. The Radiant said we shouldn't be scared, but we all know the Justiciar is the one to keep us safe. We don't need the Radiants anymore. Oh, wow. Okay. No hero can save the world alone, my child. Wise words. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say bad things about the Radiants. They protected everyone in the final days. Oh, I guess I forgot how much they care about us. Yeah. I'm not sorry. I am sorry too. I shouldn't have spoken to you like that. Yeah, you should have. After all you've been through, no, you should have been harsher. You said the Justiciar is a thief and a trickster, but I hope it's not true. He's my hero. Well, I'd best escort her back to Yedley-Mad. I'll see you there later, Meoni. We should just let her be eaten by the walruses and then she'd learn the value of the Radiance. God, being eaten alive by walruses would be such a terrible way to go. Can you imagine? Like, can you actually imagine being eaten by walruses? Walrus-eye? What's two walruses? A group of walruses. A pack of walruses. A gang of walrus-eye. Let's go with that. Congrats on your relics. It's cool. It's a lot easier now. It's the poetic stuff, isn't it? Tepeke. The girl and her mother are reunited, and I think we can both give us a but we can both word things badly. And I think we can both give ourselves a pat on the back. They're on their way now to inform the Radiant host that all is well. I would like to apologize for before. I let my emotions get the better of me and harangue that poor girl when she was hardly to blame for anything. Yes, she was. I really should have been scolding myself. No, I don't think you should. I disagree completely. Yeah, that's an ether, right? That's right. Meoni, There's something I neglected to tell you before. The man who now calls himself the Justiciar came to us in the guise of a worldly merchant. He was eager to ask about the perch of the apex and its history, and I was equally eager to tell him, not even considering what he might do with the information. Okay, it's not that shocking. I'm so proud of my father for being appointed as its guardian. I suppose I was trying to impress this stranger out of sheer vanity. That vanity led to my father being attacked and a treasure being stolen from under our noses. I have no choice but to make amends for my mistake and bring it back. Yet some are convinced that the Justiciar acts only to serve the greater good. I couldn't accept that he might not be as rotten as I thought and lashed out at the wrong person. I mean, he's still a thief though, right? From now on, I can't let my emotions cloud my judgment. I must remain calm and look at the facts for what they are. And the facts say that the Justiciar has done no harm to the people of Thavnir. Yet. Even so, the organization he serves, the Passage of the Unbound, is evil to its very core. If his actions at my village are not villainy, I don't know what is. The situation is fraught with contradictions. I still don't know what to think. What about you? They're all evil and they all need to be put behind bars or fed to the Valagormander thing. His actions are stirring unrest. Yes, he's a bad man under the guise of a good man. I agree. He speaks of justice and heroism with great bluster, yet there's something we're missing. Thank you, Meoni, for your wise words. I sometimes find it difficult to keep my heart from skewing my perspective, so I'm grateful that you're here to help me see clearly. I can see clearly now the mob is dead. So, it seems our objective is unchanged. We track down the man who stole my people's sacred treasure, whatever his intentions may be. Unraveling them comes secondary to finding the man himself. I'll continue to pour my every effort into the search, so stop by from time to time and I may have something new to share with you. That's basically them saying come back when you're a higher level for the next quest. I really don't like it when it does that. Like, I get why they do it, but it's... I'd rather it just be one seamless thing. So this is the level 94 quest then. Hey friend, wondering why you're so hot you forgot to turn the fan on. You left my dinner in the oven? Nice, cool. The morale of the boy who cried wolf was the villagers needed to appoint a different guard. I like that. Dear. We should have just fed them all to walruses by now. See how they fare, you know. Just put them in an arena with 2 walrusi, whatever plural of walruses is, and a spoon. See if they survive. It makes sense if you do the role quest while leveling up, true, but then we wouldn't have them as a stream. Meoni, I hope you've been well. Since last we spoke, literally 30 seconds ago, the Justiciar has been busy felling fiends all across Thavnir, leaving a trail of witnesses behind in his wake. More than a few have reported seeing stones falling from the sky, which all but confirms our theory that the treasure is causing the phenomenon. The stories share one more peculiar commonality. It seems the pests he hunts have all been of the seedkin variety. Why he avoids beasts of flesh and blood is yet a mystery. It bears mentioning that each of these eyewitness accounts, came from people who were rescued by the Justiciar, who invariably appears just as these creatures attack. In fact, the Justiciar has been there to save the day in every every single instance of Seedkin-related mischief. Awfully suspicious if you ask me, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. Some among the Radiant host have suggested that the Justiciar is planning these assaults somehow, so he alone could reap the glory from thwarting them. I agree, and think this should be our next avenue of investigation. Nod. Many of these incidents occurred near the Giant's Gore grounds, so we should start our search there. If we can find one of these monstrous plants before it finds its hapless prey, we may be able to shed light upon the Justiciar's methods. Time is of the essence, so let's leave at once. Why don't we replace the Seedkin with like a Malboro or something that he would not be able to defeat with a rock? You see, that's what I would do. I would just mutate them somehow. I don't know. Feed them some miracle grow. I don't know. Let's see. MSQ offers a lot of rest points for you to take a break. For sure. It's less of an opinion that I agree or disagree with, and it's more of a fact that I couldn't stream the storyline of this game at all, and still can't for quite some time. So it didn't make sense for me to do them off stream. That would have been silly. We would have never had like any reactions to it or anything. But I see your point. Yeah, if I was playing the game normally, I would have probably done them all as I was going. But honestly, the EXP that the MSQ gave you was ridiculous. It's far too much. So I can't imagine what it would have been like if you had done the role quest at the same time. Yo, hi Dark Dragon, how are you? How's things? Gotta make the content last until the next patch. What, in terms of streaming? Oh, there's hundreds of things to do. I don't need to do the role quests. I just thought we'd do them. Lots of things to grind for. Any moving bushes? Slithering vines? Not here, in any case. Meoni, I'll search the western path. Why don't you search east? Okay, let's do that. If you see something, don't strike to kill. Weaken it. Oh boy. Then capture it with this rope. We'll learn much more from a live specimen. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. Yeah, getting to level 100 is super quick. It's crazy. Oh, foreshadowing of what we're fighting. Alright, well, let's see how... I hope this thing's got increased defense. Right, we're just going to hit it with a hammer, right? Because if we do anything else... Oh my goodness. Okay. Don't hit it anymore. It's not weakened. What do you mean it's not weak? Hold on, I need to hit it with my brush. Wah! I must weaken it with my brush. Wah! Wah! We might be here sometime. Hold on. What counts as weakened? 15%? I'm terrified of killing it. Can I kill it? Oh, you physically can't kill it. Okay. Okay, never mind then. I was like, oh boy. But it turns out it's fine. Oh, wrong button. Whee! Slice and dice. Right. Where are we going with this quest? Wait. I see plenty of fauna roaming about, but the flora all seem to be of the rooted to the ground variety. Perhaps my hunch was incorrect? Here you go. Have a bag of... Not even the aurochs could break free from the knots binding this morbol seedling. Yeah, just put some miracle grow on it or something. Make it a real threat. You found one! In fact, this is exactly as the eyewitness described. Why don't you keep it for the time being? Bring it to the Great Work, and I'll have my acquaintance there to examine it with all haste. Yay, mobile pet. Cool. And now what you do is you never finish this quest and you go into the next expansion for the next like 3 years and forget that you have a more ball in your bag. I saw a Reddit post where somebody was carrying around a Namazu in from one of the quests, the tribe quests, and he's been carrying it since Stormblood. Poor Namazu. So mean. Where did I get the bird minion? Waterside Exploration 31, Retain Adventure, Order Market Board. Mistress Topeke told me what to expect. Well then, let's see the thing. Oh.
Mistress Topeke told me what to expect. Well then, let's see the thing.
There you go, here's a marble. Have a marble. That bag must smell. Bit of fish. Fishy bag. Fish in a bag. Bit of parsley sauce. Delicious.
Oh, I didn't expect it to be so diminutive. If Mistress Topeke's intuition is correct, then I expect some interesting discoveries are in store.
Go on then. Show me. Analyze the marble. I'm good, Dark Dragon. Thank you for asking. How are you?
You've brought me quite the fascinating specimen indeed. I can say for certain that this creature's growth isn't natural in the slightest. Biologically, it's still a sapling, but you can tell by its size. Oh, as you can tell by its size. Yet it's the result of a specific alchemical mixture which is used to spur the growth of seeds and mycelium to an unnatural degree. The agents have a side effect of making the creatures more aggressive, which explains why a small specimen would so boldly attack beings larger than itself. Yet the solution requires ingredients most rare, and the cost of procuring enough to synthesize it would be beyond the means of most. So whoever's behind this, they're likely well heeled.
Not.
As for the creatures themselves, if they were all grown artificially, perhaps that explains why most of the incidents involved small seedkin. Rather than wait for them to mature naturally, the Justiciar must have accelerated their growth so that he could deploy huge numbers over a short span of time. In fact, his plan likely requires they be small, weak foes in order to guarantee his victory. After all, the great Justiciar can hardly be expected to bear the blemish of defeat. With these new details brought to light, it's almost certain he's staging these attacks on the common folk. Now we have a new perspective to guide our search.
Nod.
Perhaps you should return to Yedley, I'm sure the Justiciar is the talk of the village, and they doubtless have stories to share.
I don't know what that voice is. Doesn't matter.
A splendid idea, thank you. Your findings have brought us a step closer to unmasking that villain. Bye. Bye. Let's hurry to Yedley. The more accounts we have of a Justiciar, the better our chances of predicting his next move.
Yeah. Not too bad. I learned my lesson with talking to people and ask questions by a friend. What the heck? Are you okay? Your friend did that to you? See, this is why I don't have friends. That sounds horrible. An alert Radiant. Rest assured, the Radiant host are well aware of Justiciar. Every day we receive more reports of him combating beasts in the surrounding wilderness. These encounters are never on well-traveled roads, it seems. They occur in remote regions that we scarcely patrol,
along routes that are only used by a small number of merchants and porters. We've concluded that the Justiciar either has uncommon knowledge of the behavioural patterns of these creatures, but he keeps close company with a merchant who travels these obscure paths. Oh. That's something I didn't think about. That's a good point, actually. If they're specific places. Oh, you're hungry to learn more of the Justiciar? He's amazing. I was lucky enough to catch a glimpse of him in the road leading here, facing down a fearsome creature. I don't know how he did it, but he called down rocks from the sky to knock that thing flat. The Radiant Hosts were away on patrol, so if he hadn't come to our rescue, that brute would have marched right into our homes. He shouted that he was the saviour of Radz-at-Han, and that he waved at me. He looked so impressive with the sun shining behind him. Yeah, well, cool guys don't look at the sun, apparently. Or explosions, one of the two. Fafnir, Fafnir, why did it have to be Fafnir? Hey, don't tell me you've come chasing that off-baked saviour the younglings might have taken in his honeyed words. But anyone with experience can see that he's nothing but a charlatan, and I have a story to prove it. A merchant I know took a tumble as he was transporting his goods. Not long after comes the Justiciar, looking chivalrous as you please in his shining armour. But did he offer a helping hand? No. He ran off with nary a glance backwards. He may go on about slaying beasts, but a real hero would never ignore someone in need, even if they were just suffering from scraped knees and a bruised ego. I mean, we gathered he was fake. I like the guard's response best. The idea that there's a reason to it, like a specific path. Yes. Right, Tepeke. There's method to this madness. Oh, Meoni, do you have a moment? I'm having a little trouble here. I sought this merchant out because I was told he dealt with the alchemists in the Great Work. I thought he might know something about the Justiciar, but when I asked, he's been like this ever since.
Apologies, I was just surprised that you would ask me about the madman. What connection could he possibly have with me?
Well, the fiends he fights are grown with a rare alchemical material, and we think he may be staging these encounters. Well, since you deal in such wares, I wondered if you might know how he came into their possession.
I don't know what it is you're talking about. I mean, I've never spoken to that man.
I very much doubt that. Perhaps he'll be more receptive to questioning from you. I'm like, listen, tell us what you know, or this brush is going up your butt. Handle end first.
You dare accuse me? Why, how am I to know that you aren't the one in league with Virazan?
Virazan, you said. Who is that, may I ask?
Oh, what did I... No, that's my name. I'd be a fool to continue this charade any longer. My son Virazan is the one you know as the Justiciar. To be suddenly confronted with his litany of misdeeds, I quite lost my composure.
You're his father? Then, do you know how he came into possession of such rare materials and knowledge?
Aye, he stole them from me. My most valuable materials and my precious maps. Yet, I was the one who chose to hide the fact, and I bear the blame for the consequences.
What can you tell him? What could you tell us about him as a person? Wow, I can't read. Oh, Radz-at-Han was obsessed with the tales of legendary heroes, even from a young age. I paid a great deal of money to have him tutored in the art of the bow. He became quite skilled at it, in fact, but not quite as skilled as his arrogance led him to believe. Due to this and perhaps a lack of ambition, he never aspired to true greatness. Instead, he came to rely upon fanciful equipment and exotic potions, rather than honing what skill he had. It pained me to see him fall into dissoluteness, but he would brook no counsel, so several years I gave him enough coin to support his lavish lifestyle and told him never to speak with me again. He didn't, until but recently, when he darkened my doorstep once more. And that was when he stole your goods? Yes. Although I would have willingly given them him if he just asked. He was rambling almost incoherently like I am, saying that his heroic deeds as the Justiciar had caught the eye of someone named Apiahi, leader of the Passage of the Unbound, whoever they are. He claimed that under the guidance of his newfound allies, he had obtained a great power. Power enough to eclipse all heroes who might come before and shall come after, as he puts it. It seems he gives what money he still has to those people. Oh, to think all of his fanciful words. He has only deigned to grasp at hollow glory, all the expense of Radz-at-Han. There is no greater shame as a father. Look at my hat. It's so funny. It is. Given what we know of the shadowy group, they most likely aim to sow discontent through Radz-at-Han's deeds. He may be so blinded by his own desire for adoration that he cannot see whose hands are pulling his strings. Nod. They're all saying he's being used. If that's true, then I can no longer remain silent, despite what shame it may bring. I see now that sharing my story might be the only way to save my son. Look at my hat. It's very nice. Indeed. I suggest you tell the Radiant Host at once. Of course, we'll be pouring our every effort into stopping him. Oh, thank you for giving me direction. I didn't imagine our meeting would end this way. How did you imagine it to end? I don't even know what that was. I just went off the hinge completely with that guy. I have no idea what that was. That was kind of like weird, bizarro voice. I love it. Truth be told, I'm not entirely unsympathetic towards Radz-at-Han. I basked in my father's reflected glory while having none of my own to speak of. The glory Radz-at-Han seeks is similarly false. I, too, shall visit the Radiant Host and have them spread word of the Justiciar's true nature. If the people are wise to his trickery, they will be far more likely to aid us. He'll soon learn that a legend built on lies is no match for our true heroism. Yes. Enough talk time for a brush up the butt. I mean, he sounded like he already had one up there, let's be honest. EX2 is a biche. We cleared it 3 times and 3 times only. It's not actually that hard, it's just we were a bit floppy, honestly, on Thursday. I think there was something in the water, but we cleared it 3 times. We got some, obviously, totems, and I got some off gear, but I didn't get any casting gear, sadly. So I've got to redo it at some point. But by the time I do EX2 again, we'll probably have the crafted stuff out, so it'll become pointless, right? So get the normal raid ring, and then the crafted ring, probably. The portals are what get you. Okay, so what do you not understand about the portals? I might be able to help you, because this is the thing that got me at first, because I didn't go into it properly reading up guides and stuff, is that all you have to do for like the swords is find a pattern on the side without the glowing sword that matches the pattern that isn't glowing. And as soon as I learned that, the fight was like, oh, okay. Because at first I was mirroring it in my head. I was like, oh, well, if that's there, then it's mirrored there. When in actual fact, it was just a reality of it being there. You mean the portals with the fire or wind? The wind is still something I mess up. Fire is just, it covers like basically nearly 3/4 of the arena. So you just follow the line across and then you go, oh, well, it's on that side. So it'll be on, like, if it was on the right side of the platform, you go far left, etc. The fire is probably the easiest of those two mechanics. The wind is slightly more annoying. Especially when you're trying to have, like, uptime on TPS. Yeah. It's not too bad, though. Honestly, EX2 is incredibly forgiving. I was surprised. Like, all these people are going to the forums complaining, right? And before, I was like, okay, I can't really, you know, give much of a commentary past EX1, right? Because that's all I'd done up until this week. And I did the EX2 with the static because we were trying to get some stuff in preparation for next week. Not that we managed to get much, but regardless. And the amount of deaths you can get away with on that fight is insane. Like, insane. Way more than the first EX. Like, you can have like 12, 14 deaths if you're struggling, and you can still kill the boss. There is an enrage, but it is so late. Like, you could be really average at DPS and you're still going to make it. It was quite impressive, actually. I was like, okay, this might be one of the easiest extremes in the game. Not like mechanically, but with how little things really hit. I was surprised. You know? I was surprised. Very surprised. They made the game too easy now. I don't think the game is too easy. I think that's the opposite of what I'm saying, but it's certainly not too hard either. Like, people are complaining about expert dungeons, for goodness sake. It's bizarre to me. I don't get it. As somebody with very little skill in this game, but, you know, eventually gets past things, I don't find it hard at all. It could be even harder for all I care. That's why I'm looking forward to the Savage tier. I'm hoping that the Savage tier is just genuinely difficult and not just, is 8 people alive? No. And then you can't progress. Because learning a fight, for me, is seeing the different parts of it. So it's like getting people, in addition to yourself, past a certain point, and then them not dying immediately to like a mechanic. Let's say they were stood in the wrong place, and it's like, oh, we've got 6 people alive, we can progress this, and then suddenly you all die because there's a mechanic that literally requires 8 people to be alive. It's like, how are we supposed to get past that? It's like with P7S, it took us forever. We killed it in the end, but it required us all to be, you know, awake. And then at the end of the fight, in the last like couple of minutes, they put all of the mechanics. It was very back-ended of a fight. So what I'm hoping for with Black Cat and, you know, the Bomber Bruiser guy and Honeybee Lovely and whatever her name is, Eutrope, I really hope that those fights, or at least the first 3, have less of a body check and more of a, this is a cool mechanic that we need you to do correctly. I don't mind failing to that and learning from that, but if, let's say, Joe Blogs in the corner, just a random guy's name, dies to something, oh no, I sillily stood in something, it's like, cool, and then an AoE comes out or a mechanic that requires 8 people and we all die because of it, I hate that. I absolutely hate that, because it's just nonsense. It's like, okay, well, we did everything correct there, but this guy didn't, and now we're screwed. And now we have to go through another pull timer and another set of pots, and then another 5 minutes before we get something interesting in a fight. I don't like that. I didn't like that before, and I hope it's not like that again. It's still going to be fun, I imagine, because the boss fights on normal are really enjoyable. I really like that raid tier. Really, really cool. One of the most entertaining that I've seen in this game. Probably the best they've added. on normal difficulty, but I really hope that that we have some luck with the savage mode. Hello, fan in the crowd. Sorry, I can't read. I'm an idiot. Thank you so much for your sub. Welcome to the Whiskers. How you doing? Thank you for your support. And Kono, that is a massive emote thing. How's the day going? It's going pretty well. I'm pretty warm at the moment, but we're doing the role quests, specifically ranged DPS magical at the moment. Right, cool. Let's go. Slight rant there, but yeah. Greetings, Meoni. Radz-at-Han's father has been as good as his word and has confessed the truth of his son's actions to whomever will listen. Ah. Even among the younglings, far fewer sing the Justiciar's praises. The tide is turning in our favour at last, and the Radiant host are making ready to tighten the net. Speaking of which, they had curious news to share. They've been examining the stones left behind by the Justiciar and have noticed a pattern. They were all varieties of rock, commonly found near the site of each encounter. For instance, near the Giant Skull grounds, the Justiciar seems to have called down a hail of what else but Giant Skull. I have my own theories about what this means, but I'd like to hear your thoughts, Meoni. He's using telekinesis. Indeed. The perch of the apex likely lifts whatever stones are nearby and brings them crashing down to earth. If our suspicions are correct, we're one step closer to unraveling its mysteries. But despite these favourable developments, the Justiciar's popularity remains a problem. Even with the recent blow to his credibility, his most ardent followers still idolise him. In fact, I hear he's handing out letters to the youth of Radz-at-Han. Though their contents are a closely guarded secret, all the more reason to investigate, don't you think? Once we get to Radz-at-Han, if I question people around the marketplace, could you cover the city's western quarter? That's where his younger followers tend to gather. After we've collected enough information, let's meet to share our findings. See you again in Radz-at-Han, Meoni. If I must. Yo, fan in the crowd. You love the videos? They're awesome. Also, the length of them is not an issue. Aww. Music to my ears. Thank you so much. I think, I mean, we've talked about this before, but like, it is not physically an intentional design of the videos to be of any specific length. The majority of the videos end up being like 3-4 minutes long, 5 minutes long, you know. Nowhere near the 10-minute mark that would be required if you were to do that sort of stuff. You know, not everything has to be a podcast, but if there are things that go over that sort of timer, it's not something that I don't know. Like, I try to edit things as much as I physically can, but it's nice to hear that you don't mind the way they are at the moment, but a lot of them are really short, and I try to keep them as to the point as possible. A lot of people don't like it when I have opinions in videos, which doesn't make sense. It's like, why don't you just read a Reddit post then? But that's my opinion on it. The Justiciar gave me that invitation himself, only for some thief to snatch it right in my hand. Huh? You believe in the Justiciar too? Well, I didn't have a chance to read the whole letter before it was stolen, but he's gathering his most devoted for a special audience. The bastard who stole my invitation is clearly up to no good. He even muttered something about getting revenge. But who could hate someone so noble? Me? I wanted to throw a rock at his face. Surly youth. Oh, you're one who's always following that Tepeke around. I heard she's spreading rumours about the city's saviour. I won't let her harm his reputation any more than she already has, so I have nothing to say to her lapdog. Hey, bitch. I saved your ass from the final days. Do you want to brush up the ass? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. She probably does. How dare she call me a lap dog? I'm a lap kitten. No, it's something else. Heaven. She is going to heaven when I'm done with her. Or Hades. The 7 hells. Hey Cinder, how you doing? Yeah, well, that's the only thing I've got. It's a massive brush. Look at the size of that. Jeez. Yeah, I know about letters. Me and my friends didn't get one though. The grown-ups get angry if we talk about the Justiciar. Well, guess what? I heard Radz-at-Han talking about him over at Radz-at-Han. He had a big grin on his face too. Does that mean the Justiciar isn't a bad man like the grown-ups say? Maybe. Keep looking at your Hamzas. Where's the nearest thingy? There it is. Okay. Handle side first. That's right. It could be worse. I could be putting the pallet there, you know. That thing is, I mean, it's triangular. It's got a point, but we'd probably use the thick end, you know, the circle end. It's got a feather, you know, so at least you get tickled before disaster. It's too hot today, have you noticed? It's too hot. Who's this? Look at his hairline. Oh my goodness.
Ha ha! It's true what they say. A fool and his gill are soon parted. Now, who the fuck are you? Why, if it isn't one of the heroes to the final days. This isn't about a map I sold to your companion, is it?
Oh, it's this guy. Oh my god, can we kill him now?
You'll find it points all the way to the vaults of Radz-at-Han III, exactly as described. I may have employed a few creative methods to entice my customers, but what merchant doesn't?
I'm not here about the map. No map.
You're not? Oh, but of course, why would you be? Well, what can I do for one of our vaunted heroes?
Listen closely. Where is the Justiciar?
You're after the Justiciar? Your choice of quarry is unusual, to say the least. Well, perhaps I can help you along, eh? A young man came asking for a map to open the way to Uznair. I sold him every map I had, assuring him that the one he needed was among them. I suppose he found it, as I hear these letters that were handed out contain a copy of a map. I dare say that young fellow was the Justiciar himself, and he's planning a clandestine meeting in the Uznair canals. Mind you, it appears he has no shortage of enemies. No doubt they'll try to interfere.
Huh?
Thankfully, Radz-at-Han isn't known for large-scale criminal organisations, but that hasn't kept the less scrupulous citizens from dirtying their hands when times are desperate. From what I hear, bandits seeking to rob trade caravans keep running into the Justiciar during his pardon me, fiend-felling exploits, causing their raids to end in failure. Like as not, they'll try to infiltrate his group of followers and settle the score. And that's where my knowledge of the matter ends, I'm afraid. If you're wondering where the meeting place is, all I remember is that the spot marked on the copied maps is somewhere in the Shroud of the Samga. So, does that answer your queries?
Nod. No, I thought he'd have way worse dialogue than that. I gave him such like an epic bad guy voice, and he's just. I guess he's more of a posh guy. Oh well. Oh well. Is this Fable 2? Yes. Wah, 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 wah. Hey Meoni, I saw you posted an FF11 mount video a long time ago. Did you used to play 11? I have played 11. My story with 11 was I never had the internet when I was a kid, so I missed out. So whilst everybody else was playing Final Fantasy 11, I wasn't able to. And when I finally got decent internet, it was kind of too late, really. They'd already put the trust system in. People's interest in the game had declined. It was kind of, you know, a lot lower pop than in its heyday. So, but I have played it and I enjoyed it, but it's not something I have got very far in, if that makes sense. I've not finished a game. I've not done all of the stories or anything. I've just simply played Red Mage and something else. I can't remember. It's a big game. It's really good though. And I remember they had those like loyalty thingies with the mounts, so I was like, oh, let's do a video. And yeah, I don't know why I did a video. I think it's because I enjoyed the game. I don't know. It's a good game though, really good game. Those in support of the Justiciar didn't seem surprised when I told him of his misdeeds, but still, they were reluctant to betray him. In short, I've had no luck. What about you, Meoni? Your investigative abilities never cease to amaze me. As for this gathering Radz-at-Han is planning, I expected some scheme to prop up his flagging popularity. Even so, many of his devotees are younglings, ill-equipped to make the perilous journey to the meeting place. If they've any sense, rather than attempt to travel there directly, they'll stop at settlements along the way to rest and reconfirm the route. You said the map led to the Shroud of Vasamga, right? Yes? That means Palakistan is the closest settlement. I hear many took refuge there during the final days, and it's now a bustling town in its own right. The arrival of more people would hardly raise eyebrows, making it the perfect place to avoid unwanted attention while they make ready. We should head there before they leave on the final leg of their journey. We should. Let's do that. Let's go. Do, 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 do. Feels for you. I know the feeling. You have a better net now than I ever had. Yeah, absolutely. Like the difference. It's weird, isn't it? Internet speed, how much of a difference it has made to me. I used to have to, for like a 5-minute video, it would either take me, not exaggerating, 8 hours to upload in 1080p in this house. With the old internet, we had less than 0.95 on a good day, and around 0.56 on a average day. And then we had, I think it was 2 megabit down. So the chances of streaming were impossible, and YouTube certainly shouldn't have been a thing I was doing. But I used to make videos, record everything, render the videos in bulk, put them on a flash drive, and then take my laptop and tether it to my phone, because there was a lay-by in a town a couple of miles away from where I live, and it had 4G, because we don't have very good signal for phones around here. So I had to travel there, and more often than not, I would sit in the car, have the laptop on the passenger seat, tether it to my phone, get a video set up, and then upload them there, and it would take me about half an hour. And that was the difference. So to do any of the videos prior, well, let's see. When was that? 4 years ago, right? It's been 4 years now since I've had decent internet. But anything before those 4 years was all done either in a lay-by or overnight whilst I tried to sleep with the PC on. hoping that it doesn't get disconnected or crash or something. But yeah, that was an interesting time. But I did it. I didn't stop. And then as soon as fiber came to the area, I was like, yep, mine. I'll pay for that. I was right, Meoni. Many of the youths are carrying pieces of parchment. Those must be the letters. Yet it seems my reputation has preceded me. Our suspected followers clearly avoid me whenever I try to approach them. Still, we can use this to our advantage. None of them would dare leave Palakistan while there's risk. I might follow after. I'll keep watch over their comings and goings, but we'll make sure to leave obvious blind spots. If one of the Justiciar's followers attempts to escape the village, I need you to go after them. Now, find a vantage point that offers a good view while keeping you hidden. Once you've started pursuing an unwitting target, I won't be far behind. Oh, please. This is not one of those quests where you have to do the whole... Oh boy. True dedication. It was more of a fact that I felt like I owed it, you know? It was either that or work in retail for the rest of my life, so it was a lot of very sleepless nights, but it was worth it. It was worth it. I got to do what I wanted to do. When I say it felt like I owed it, it's because so many people even back then were very supportive, and I was like kind of mind blown that people wanted to watch anything I would put out on YouTube. And this was when we had like, I don't know, like a couple thousand subscribers, something like that. I remember getting 10,000 subscribers like it was yesterday. That was a surreal moment, actually. I think that was the turning point for me. A major turning point for me. I think it was 10,000. I remember going to work and handing in my resignation. I remember that. Good times, very good times. Funnily enough, though, I was actually offered another job in retail, but it was a slightly better job that paid really, really well at like a holiday place. Like it at the time, obviously, it was like a proper job. We're talking like 50, 60 hours a week. And YouTube is nowhere near, well, it still isn't really properly. In terms of comparability with the sort of monetary gain of things, but I had to make the decision to do the YouTube side of things for my own benefit. So yeah, it's just been, you know, the reason I do YouTube and Twitch and all that crap is not because I want to make money, and no one should ever do that. In fact, it is the complete opposite of that. It's because I want to do it, and I feel like I've got a story to share with people. And at the time, there was a lot less people doing these types of videos, for sure. Right, that's not the case anymore, obviously, which is good, which is a good thing. Lots of people doing similar stuff, which is really healthy for the community. But I remember when it was only like 4 or 5 YouTubers for 14, you know, in a Realm Reborn, there was not really that many people. So yeah, here we are, and hopefully we're here for a bit longer. We'll see. Okay, so we gotta watch this guy and sneak. We've got a sneaky sneak. Okay, where is he? Hello? What? Oh wait, it does. Who are we? Wait to designate a location and follow the furtive youth. Where's the furtive youth? What? Huh? Follow the furtive youth. Where is he? Huh? You failed your objective. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Oh, there he is. Oh, I missed him. That'll be why then. What a thrill. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna hide in here. I thought he was still in the town. I missed him. Yo, Moogle 388. Thank you for your prime. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to the Whiskers. Enjoy your emotes. But yeah, it still remains like if anybody was to ever go, hey Meoni, should I get into making YouTube videos? I want to make money and be famous. I'll be like, no. No. That should never be your first thing. Money is not something that you can make very easily on the internet. Not at all. But, you know, if you enjoy the process... Like, I enjoy editing. I enjoy trying to half decently edit things. It takes a long time to learn some bits and pieces, and I'm still learning every day. And that's an A rank. That's the thing that makes me want to do more, is just the idea of having the time to be more expansive with editing techniques and come up with some other ideas. I'd love to go further down the machinima type route, if that makes sense. More creative things. Yo, Bella Straco, thank you for your prime. Again, this is not a request to anybody. Thank you though for your support, but you don't have to do that. But thank you. Welcome to the Whiskers, Bellas. I appreciate you. The portal should be nearby, and then I'll finally meet him. It's rain, though. What? You're the hero who saved us in the final days. What are you doing here? So you're working alongside that woman I saw in the village? I heard about the rumours she's spreading, but I had no idea she'd enlisted your aid. The Justiciar saved me, you see. I was transporting goods for a local merchant who was too miserly to even hire a proper escort. A ferocious creature ambushed me, but my saviour appeared from nowhere and saw off the beast. I owe him my life. And that's why I came here, to see if there's any truth to the rumours. But now I understand I'm in over my head. I'm going back home. Here, you can have the map. I trust you'll take the measure of the Justiciar and to share the truth with us all. Leave it to me. I'll expose him. With my trusty brush. Bye. And this is where he gets eaten by a monster on the way back. Oh, close. Apologies for watching from the shadows, but I was afraid my presence might have startled the lad. I was able to hear what he said, though, and his gratitude towards the Justiciar seemed genuine. I dare say the other followers feel similarly. Well, now that we have a map of our own, let's open the portal and confront Radz-at-Han. Oh, are we doing treasure map dungeons? Count me in. I need some drops. Let's go. Are we actually going to get to go inside the Lost Canals? Oh, cool. Oh, look at the graphics update in here. Holy shit. The reflections and things. Wow. That's a nice rock. Yo, thank you, Bellis. Yeah, I've been streaming for 4 years. In fact, it's a 4-year anniversary this week. I was supposed to do an anniversary stream, but I wanted to stream 14 because of the drops and things, so that people didn't have like a random stream. Because I was going to stream my favorite game of all time, but we'll do that another day. We'll do that another day, just for a one-off. What a sight. Did the treasure cause this? At least do an anniversary video? Possibly. Oh my! If it isn't a hero who saved Radz-at-Han! Nay, the world itself! I never expected someone so vaunted to attend my audience, but I am honored nonetheless. Enough of your games. Radz-at-Han, stop this madness at once. Oh, after giving you such a warm welcome, these are the thanks I get? Well, 'tis true that I was once known by that name. 'Twas merely a guise I wore until I discovered my true self. So long as I am the masked hero of Radz-at-Han, I shall not suffer any to call me Radz-at-Han. But that is your name, isn't it? A hero should take pride in a name. Yeah, why don't you drop the act, you doofus, and try being a true hero, lest I put the brush, the handle end upwards, in your butt. Everyone gets a butt brush. You first. Oh, a true hero, you say? Indeed. Perhaps casting aside this mask is the price I must pay for the adoration I am due. Very well. Oh, look at the green hair. Very well. My name shall ring throughout Radz-at-Han. Let it be known that the Justiciar is Radz-at-Han, and Radz-at-Han is the Justiciar. What are you saying? You unleashed the perch of the apex upon your own followers? You know its name. Oh, wait, I remember you. The girl from Tural, yes? Your village's artifact is not discriminating in its wrath. Some among my followers harbored wicked intentions, and I brought sorrow unto my enemies. The true of heart caught in the aftermath were merely unfortunate. But they believed in you, even though you tricked them. What kind of hero are you? Brush up the butt time. You two would oppose me? I had thought that as fellow saviors we might find some common ground. Yet it would seem we are destined to walk different paths. Oh, he's about to drop a rock on her head. Now, faced with the unknown peril, a great fervor rages within me. He's about to bury himself. However, here is not where we shall match wits. No, a more fitting battleground is in order. We will meet again soon. You have my word. Chuck a rock at him. Ah, shut up. Ah! Literally did what I said. Oh my god. That's what I would have done. That's brilliant. I like how the game is just like predicting what I'm going to be predicting. It's weird. I love that. So, can you tell us what happened here? Oh, I think there's an ad. Hold on. Let me wait for the ad. I think there's an ad. I don't get to control the ads. Twitch, why? You feel like this guy learned Stone 2 and suddenly thinks he's unstoppable. Happy 4th stream anniversary, Meoni. Sorry, I was doing it. Oh, yo. Thank you. For some reason, Twitch is running like a 2-minute ad, and I didn't choose that. I've set it to the lowest possible thing on Twitch, and it's still like the most uncontrollable thing. I even did like the pre-roll ads before we even went live properly on the starting soon screen. I tried to, you know, I've done everything I physically can with the ad side of things. It's just really annoying me that I can't control it any further. So one of the perks of YouTube, though, is that there doesn't seem to be that many ads, which is good. $40 and then I can continue. Don't want people to miss out, obviously. That dungeon looks amazing, though. It'd be cool if we were actually going into the canals of Uznia properly as like a dungeon with the quest. 16 seconds. Any day now, Twitch. 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back from the ad break that I didn't choose. I didn't continue. I will now continue. He gathered us all around and made a grand speech. Claimed he was the hero that would drive back the flood of fiends threatening Favnir. Then he spoke of his anger at the recent rumours. He told us to go forth and repair his damaged reputation so that people would love him again. He became quite impassioned, in fact.
As for us two, we were here to teach him a lesson, biding our time until his back was turned, but we couldn't stomach his self-righteous drivel any longer.
Oh.
He acts like a god came to grace Favnir, and most people have grown wise to his tricks, including the Radiant Host. We stepped forward and told him as much, and demanded that he admit he's been pulling the wool over everyone's eyes. That's when he started waving that thing about. We soon learned that the rumours of its power were true, and rocks started falling down around us.
Thanks, Jamie.
Even as
true believers were not spared. There was nowhere to run. The Justiciar said such power cannot be fettered, and that sacrifices are unavoidable. And all the while he was laughing. We pleaded with him for mercy. That made him angrier. He flourished the object again, and more rocks assailed us.
It was horrible. Stones big and small raining down endlessly until you two appeared, that is.
Thank you for telling us what happened. I only wish we could have arrived sooner. Now, just to set things straight, it was you two that brandished your weapons first, yes?
Well, I won't deny that, but we're only trying to bring the truth of his misdeeds to light, though we might have had some personal scores to settle on top of that.
Before I left Palaka's stand, I asked the Radiant Host there to look out for anyone returning from the wilderness. I suggest you head there and seek their aid. While you're there, share with them what you just told us. And as for the pair of you, don't even think about running away or you'll have us to deal with.
Okay, can we go kill the stone man now? We need to kill a man who uses stone too. With glare. Imagine if he discovered glare. Oh my god. The world would end. Everyone has returned to the care of the Radiant Host. As for those ruffians you met, who meant to attack Radz-at-Han, it appears they had a history of violence for which they may soon answer. Several among Radz-at-Han's followers were dealt serious wounds, but we can be grateful that none lost their lives. It's exactly as the old saying describes. The master of the apex shall be showered with good fortune, yet leave only sorrow in their wake. The part about sorrow certainly seems true, at least. We can but hope that Radz-at-Han's spell over the people will be broken at last, when word of what transpired here becomes common knowledge. Let that boy... Let that boy our spirits as we return to Yedleyman. Now, here's an interesting thing. Americans will read that as buoy. Okay? But in English over here, that's boy. So is it let that buoy our spirits as we return to Yedleyman, or is that let that boy our spirits as we... See, I'm not American, so that's boy to me. Let that boy our spirits. All right, boy, cool. Is that because boys bounce up and down in the water? I'm so confused. Bobbing up and down. So does that mean that character is American? Is that what we've gleaned from that? Is she supposed to have an American accent? Is that where we've gone wrong because of the other American accents that the voice acting had? I'm not sure I could pull it off. Boy is in left or float. Hey Azzy, how's it going? She's from Tural. Yeah. I don't know if I could do her as an American. That might be offensive to someone. I don't know.
Well, that was certainly an ordeal. Although Radz-at-Han got away, we can look back what transpired to plan our next course of action.
You see, I can't do it. It's a cross between Dolly Parton and Texan and a car crash.
Well, that was certainly an ordeal. Although Radz-at-Han got away, we can look back upon what transpired to plan our next course of action. It appears that the treasure takes rocks from surrounding environment and makes them rain down upon the wielder's surroundings. However, the power seems to be somewhat haphazard. While Radz-at-Han himself wasn't struck, the boulders assailed friend and foe alike.
Just have a talk about propane and propane accessories.
Something else has been nagging at me as well. The stones we saw in the canals seemed quite a bit larger than the others. I don't know what to make of it, but I'll give it some thought.
Yeah, you go think about some rocks for a bit. Yeah, let's do that.
We still don't know exactly how he controls the Apex's abilities either. We must focus on these mysteries as we continue our investigation.
That was pure Ellie Mae Clampett. Who's Ellie Mae Clampett? That's a great reference. I want to Google this now.
As for Radz-at-Han himself, he was just like his father said, wasn't he? His so-called heroism is an empty charade, like a child playing at being a hero from the storybooks.
You see, I can't do it. It's just too. My mouth doesn't go that wide. It goes up and down.
As for Radz-at-Han himself, he was just as his father said, wasn't he? His so-called heroism is an empty charade, like a child playing at being a hero from his storybooks. He seems motivated by a vain desire to gain the love of his people, but he cares nothing for their well-being. He'll learn his lesson soon enough, though.
None will sing his praises after a word of what happened in whose near spreads. Even he must know this. Beverly Hillbillies? True. I was brought up on, like, Dukes of Hazzard, you know? Daisy Duke. I worry that his desperation will drive him to worse misdeeds. If the treasure is used with reckless abandon, it'll cause untold harm. I must discuss this with a Radiant host. Together we might be able to capture Virazan before he attempts anything drastic. Stand by for now, Meoni. I'll be in touch the moment I have something to share. Dukes of Hazzard, yeah, same. I love the car more than anything. Oh, this is a level 98 quest, Behind the Helm. It seems Virazan has been laying low since our last encounter. I'm sad to say, however, that my investigations have uncovered little. But still, there's cause to celebrate, for I've received a letter from my mother with good tidings. My father has finally awakened after the grievous wound dealt to him by Virazan. He's well enough to travel to Tural, in fact, and may have already arrived. Of course, I'd love nothing more than to go to him, but I pledged not to return until I had the Purge of the Apex in hand. Besides, I'm soon to depart with the Radiant host to try and sniff out Virazan's whereabouts before he acts out of desperation. That's why I have to ask you to go in my stead. As the treasure's guardian, no one living is more knowledgeable about its history than he. If you share with him all that's transpired once we began our search, he may be able to point out something that we've missed. I know it's a lot to ask, Meoni, but the safety of Favnia depends on it, and please give my family my regards. My mother should be able to tell you where in Tural my father is staying. Once you're finished, pardon me, let us meet in the Aetheryte Plaza in Radz-at-Han to share what we've learned. Okay, leave it to me. I got this. Hey, Chibi. Chillby. Chill Bill. There, words. Chill Bill. How's it going? That was perfect? I don't know about that. Yeehaw! Slightly offensive, but okay if you like it, sure. We put this roof in the way. Get out of here. Get this roof away. Oh god, she sounds similar, right?
Oh, if it isn't Meoni. But I don't see Tepeke with you. Did you come alone?
There you go. We'll do that instead.
Oh, I'm glad to hear my letter arrived safely, and that Tepeke seems to be as tenacious as ever in her search. Her father, Nestle, has already arrived here in Tural, but has barely stayed in one place since. He seems desperate to help Tepeke from a distance in whatever way he can. He told me he was traveling to the Piarionan plain. In search of information, he assured me it was quite vital. If you wish to speak with him, he'll doubtless be in the area.
Okay. To the slightly warm Narn plain. Shaloni names are gonna curse me, aren't they? His name's Nestle. Yeah, that's his name, Nestle. His name is definitely Nestle. Yeah, it was a show first, that's right. Dukes of Hazzard, yeah. Sure was. In my head, the two ether travels are two boozy bevs. And wash me keys. Okay, I'm going to read this now. Mewatetsoan. And Kutasawi. Kutasawi. Sounds like something from Red Dwarf. Oh boy, hello. Who are you? Get out of here. Get out of here, you stupid lizard. What the heck? Why is there a lizard here? Get out of here. No one wants lizards. Bad lizard. It's Nestle. Don't worry, I'll save you. And your chocolate. This guy has to be American. We have to at least try to do an American accent on one of these guys, right? We'll say that, like, it was an Eorzean mother and daughter, but he was the one that, yeah.
Thank you, traveler. I overextended myself. I've but recently recovered from a severe injury and was a fool to confront such a beast alone. So, you're the Meoni I've heard so much about. I owe you many thanks for all you've done to recover the Purge of the Apex. News of your progress in Thavnir is most heartening. Despite my position as its guardian, I never knew it could rain down stones from the heavens. Since arriving in Tural, I've done what I can to shed light upon the Tural Vidral sealed within the treasure. After the nations of Tural were unified, some left our village to build new homes in the city. I've sought them out to see if they know anything of use. Unfortunately, none could offer insight into the treasure's magics. But one of them told me that owls lurked around this place. And since the Tural Vidral sealed within the Perch of the Apex was once an owl, it seems logical to pursue such a quarry. I thought perhaps I could glean something about the ancient beasts from their behavior. Like as not, some fundamental aspects remain the same even after transformation. But having heard your account, there's one fundamental difference that stands out. As far as I'm aware, no owl native to these lands possesses the ability to hurl rocks, large or otherwise. No doubt the Tural Vidral gained this power following its metamorphosis. How do you say that in American? Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. Let's do that. I don't know. Let's skip past that. I do believe, however, it would retain an owl's core instincts, that one you thought didn't strike unprovoked. Instead, it watched me from afar with fear in its eyes. While this is normal behavior for most animals, I was surprised by how suddenly it descended upon me the moment I started approaching. Maybe owls prefer to fight rather than run? Metamorphosis. I had the same thought. The owl sensed a threat and chose to confront it rather than run from it. And this same impulse may have driven the Tural Vidral. Indeed, that correlates with something I heard from one of my countrymen who had relocated to Tural. He spoke of a continuation to the tales passed down from the elders. No hunter's arrow could fell the apex. It was struck down in a storm of its own wrath, made wild by heart afraid. Thus was it sealed away at last. Now, judging from the owl's behavior, I can theorize the treasure is activated when its bearer senses danger, and according to the story, this power can easily get out of hand if its bearer is panicked. Of course, this theory must be tested first. But Radz-at-Han will certainly use the Perch of the Apex again. When he does, I ask that you and Tepake pay special attention to the circumstances leading to its activation. You have my thanks, loath as I am to admit it. I've yet to recover from my long convalescence, and I would only be a burden to you. I wish I could aid my daughter another way, but you more than make up for my absence. Please lend her every bit of knowledge you have, Meoni. I pray that my daughter will return home, treasure in hand.
Okay. Question Meoni. Oh, sugar. I need to read chat. Sorry. I was miles away. Question Meoni. Is there any ways to get classes levels up a bit quicker? Fates, roulettes, using the Aglaia trick with the earring, because it's synced to level 90, gives you more than half a level with EXP food on per run. That's 12 runs of Aglaia or Eurosign to level up from 90 to 100. Typically you want to do stuff that's going to reward you in the long run, right? So you can kill two birds with one stone, which is why a lot of people do fates, because the bicolor gemstones, the shared fate progress, the unlocking of those vendors and other ranks on them, the ability to finish those off and get the Tural bicolor gemstone vouchers, which sell for a ridiculous amount, or you can save up many of them to get a mount. A mixture of all of the above, but definitely your roulettes, your wondrous tales each week. A mix, I think, is the best answer to be given. I think it's the healthiest thing as well to do. That's my long lost daddy, probably. Metamorphosis. That's some great blah 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 blah. Yeah, well, I can't read properly, can I? Wah. Friends taking the piss. Wah. Meoni, you came just in time. Radz-at-Han has shown his face in Radz-at-Han. You can tell me about your journey to Tural later. For now, come with me. Okay. 2.6 mil for 15 vouchers. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. No one's bought them? Really? Are you surprised? Thanks to the sage counsel of a fellow hero, I have decided to doff my mask. Although my face may be unfamiliar, I believe you know who I am. I was once the Justiciar, but now you may call me Radz-at-Han. I am Thavnia's protector, its savior, its hero. You may have heard salacious rumors that I have orchestrated the very attacks which I so valiantly drove back. That I was behind the catastrophe at the Usnea canals. I am here to assure you that those are false apparitions all, cast by those who are envious of their betters. I give my life for this fair city and its people, and I would give more still if I could. What should we do next? It might be best to lock him up before this gets out of hand. Mate, we don't want him raining down rocks with all these bystanders around. For now, keeping a careful eye on him. All I ask is your respect, your adoration. A dream held by all, but realized only by the few. And I would be one of those few. I have proven myself worthy of being your savior, and now, with an entire city watching with bated breath, I shall declare my intent to reach even higher. Yes, for I can protect you all the better as your ruler. I shall retire the mantle of hero and take up the crown as the king of Radz-at-Han. Where's Vitra? This guy needs feeding to a dragon.
Hey, bastards, gone mad he has!
I wield power unsaliable. With me at your throne, you would never again have cause to fear. All would live in peace. All would shower me with love, that they would shout it to the heavens, and from that love would spring a new Radz-at-Han, a greater Radz-at-Han. Enough of your lies, Virazan. The power you wield protects none but yourself. To everyone else, it brings only ruin. Of course, the road to greatness is ever paved with necessary sacrifices. Yet so as long as your ruler lives, Radz-at-Han shall know naught but prosperity.
You think you're better than Master Vitra? He bore this city and its people on his back, while you look fit to collapse under the weight of your own armour. You're no leader. You're a damn joke.
Oh boy. Oh, does this man speak for you all? Is there not one among you who would follow me into a brighter future? Ah, but I am nothing if not magnanimous. Until you find a wisdom to accept me as ruler, I shall continue to stand vigilant as your eternal shield.
Oh, stop this, Virazan. You're only making it worse for yourself.
Oh no, they're not in the same scene. I basically used a slightly exaggerated version of the same voice. Oh dear.
Oh, can't you see they have a laughing stock? Give up this facade and answer for your sins. Do so now, and the radiant host may yet grant you mercy.
Oh boy. My sins? Are you not the one poisoning the people against me? Do your worst, I dare you. It will only make me more powerful.
Oh, I know not what is in your heart, but please end this madness. End it and return to me, my son.
This is awkward. Uh-oh. He's going Super Saiyan. Don't get any closer.
Oh, you too? Why are you...
Don't! If we fight here, there's no telling how many innocents will be wounded.
Pathetic as ever. I tire of this farce. I have declared my intent to become king of Radz-at-Han. As for you two, this is no place for a battle between heroes. We shall meet again, mark my words, and then we shall decide who is the mightier. Throw another rock at his head, please. Just stab him as he walks past. What? Oh my god, this is Xenos all over again. Letting the bad guy walk past us without, like, just springing a dagger in his face. For goodness sake. I want none of these options. We should have killed him. I guess we must focus on restoring order. Do I have any tips on how to become a decent tank? Decent tank? What context? Do trust runs until you're confident enough to play with players, and then when you're playing with players, use your cooldowns, you know, on a rotation that isn't just meaningless, so that you time things with certain mechanics. At a high end, you're going to be required to use cooldowns for certain tank busters, or learn how to, you know, switch aggro between other tanks. It depends what level. that we're talking?
You're right, of course. As much as I hate to see Radz-at-Han walk free, we've yet to ascertain the extent of his power. For now, we must bide our time.
Hey, Key. How you doing? How's things?
I noticed that despite all his proclaimed love for its people, he didn't even look back at them as he retreated. Perhaps he couldn't bear to look them in their eyes rather, or one of them at least.
Even his own father. Do. I mean, another thing as well, if you're doing dungeon runs or something, make sure that if you're running with complete randoms in the group finder, you know, just like queuing up, that you ascertain whether or not they're happy with the size of the pulls you are doing. Because you can usually tell, right? Don't pull things whilst people are on a cutscene. Have some general etiquette to not pull a boss until people are ready. If you're dealing with a Pictomancer, a Dancer, or well, most people, Black Mages, try to do a pull timer, because a lot of the openers are heavily requiring that time. For a Pictomancer especially, like, we can instant cast our motifs out of combat, but not in combat. So whilst we are doing that between bosses and things, bear in mind that if you've just killed a pack and then you're instantly pulling a boss after that pack, there are some examples where that might happen, just to give them like a couple of seconds. Ideally, we would need like a 5-second pull timer. But stuff like that. Just general understanding of other players around you will make you a better tank.
That was a disaster. Radz-at-Han's truly lost. At the very least, he committed himself to fomenting unrest with Radz-at-Han. And although he's my son, I cannot condone his actions. His words are grand but empty. That ridiculous armor is nothing more than gaudy decoration. He's truly the embodiment of false heroism. What's more, this latest debacle, he surely made him a criminal in the eyes of the Radiant Host. All I can do now is beg them to grant my son some small degree of clemency. Before you go, may I ask you something? After Radz-at-Han called down the rocks, did you see his expression? I found it peculiar, but I'm curious as to what his father saw in that face. It was a familiar look. When I used to scold him for losing himself in make-believe, he would get the same cast in his eyes. A look of petulant rage, as if he resented me for pulling him out of his reverie and into the harsh reality. He hasn't changed. Apologies, but I must go. Oh. Just as I thought. Even clad in his shining armor, he can't bear to be told no. Now his childish games have taken a malevolent turn. But for now, we should return to Yedlimad. I still have yet to hear what you learned in Tural after all.
Okay. Do 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 do. Bong, 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 bong. Let's see. Hey Ruby, how's it going? Yeah, Luma. Oh, it's right here. Now that we have some room to breathe, I'd like to hear about your journey to Tural. Did my father have anything to share? Yeah, basically there's a Tural Vidral locked within the thing. I'm heartened to know he's well enough to be chasing after owls and such, but I wish you'd take more care. Thank you for saving him, for bringing me his theory concerning the treasure. If it really is triggered by a sense of impending danger, that might explain why Radz-at-Han had trouble using it the first time. He wasn't truly afraid of that small fungi until it was almost upon him. It also explains how he can wield the Apex's powers, despite having no training in magics. It responds to emotion, not intent. So much is falling into place. He goaded the Radiants into apprehending him because he knew the threat would be answered. You saw how nonchalantly he quit the plaza, almost as if defying someone to stop him. Radz-at-Han truly believes himself to be untouchable. I think his words and deeds align with the theory well enough. As for that curious fragment of a story, it seemed to imply that the Tural lost control in a panic. Perhaps its strength grows in proportion to the danger it senses. And when that danger is too great, well, you saw what happened in the Usnea canals in Radz-at-Han. You were present both times, as were others who wished Radz-at-Han ill. And both times we saw stones much larger than we've seen before. Now I understand why he's so eager to face you. An opponent of your caliber will strike fear into Radz-at-Han's very core, and that fear will summon a power greater than any he's ever known, power enough to bring a hero to her knees. Or so he thinks, but we know better. We'll use that arrogance to our advantage and bring him crashing down to the earth. Although we may have to contend with falling rocks for a time, in a straight fight he'll be outmatched. So we strike fast and we strike hard, until that fancy armor is nothing more than mangled steel. Although you may prefer to put your foes to sleep and whatnot, we know he has an arsenal of alchemical concoctions at his disposal. That's why I suggest a good bit of old-fashioned brute force. While you unleash the most fearsome destructive spells, I'll be your shield. Don't even think of holding back. Yeah, I'm going to crush that guy and shove a brush up at his ass. Don't worry. I look forward to fighting by your side. Now we simply have to find a suitable arena. I shall consult the Radiant host to the location. Once I've decided, we'll confront Radz-at-Han for the final time. Nice. Got a King Porksy, nice.
Heroes and pretenders all.
You'll be pleased to know the Radiant hosts were most helpful in finding a place fit for a duel. When I saw it, even I began to believe our encounter would be one for the songs. Speaking of which, it seems your name is on the lips of all and sundry. The people already consider you the true savior of Radz-at-Han, and believe you will bring Radz-at-Han to the deceitful to justice. We apologize for putting so much weight on your shoulders, but something tells me you're used to it. The final showdown will take place in a mountain pass leading to Khadga, where great crystals will stand as witness to its conclusion. Suitably romantic and suitably isolated. The Radiant hosts have spread word throughout Thavnir that a hero has arisen to challenge Radz-at-Han, and his pride will force him to answer. The entrance to the pass is at the Giant School grounds. Let's head over there once to await his arrival. Nice. How did Topeka get the Boschia blade armor? True. Maybe it's a recolor. Maybe the Boschia stuff is designed after the, like, inspired by the designs of, I don't know, I'm running out of excuses. It'll be a recolor, won't it? You're going to be doing the role quest soon? Nice. Enjoy them. Ah, the Palu. That makes sense, actually. That's probably the best theory. Just imagining Palu walking around in the Boshin 7 front now, picking up bits of armor from dead adventurers who don't know how to raise their metal. Or who are farming field notes.
One more field note and I'll be free.
Death. Ah, dear. I look forward to the next field instance. I really do. I love that stuff. Oh, is it an actual battle? Nice. Ooh, that's a wall. Spacebar, please. Up. Thank you. Thramul here has opened a way towards Khadga. I'm certain Virazan will arrive before long, and then we'll wipe that arrogant grin off his face. But first we should check your gear and gird our loins for battle. Are you ready, Meoni? Yes. 680. Okay, that's a lot lower. Where is he? I'll drop a mountain on his head. There he is. Though through the cragged peaks of Khadga, desolate winds blow over the field of battle. Oh, what a fitting location you have chosen for the conclusion of this legendary rivalry. I was right not to face you before. In environs unsuited to a struggle between titans. Now my patience has been rewarded, and my heart races in anticipation. What's he gonna do? Throw crystals at us? I knew you would answer our challenge. You would never be able to stomach the people calling you craven. Oh, such boldness in the face of impending doom. Have you not realized by now that so long as I wield the perch of the apex, I am invincible? We'll soon put that to the test. You rely too much upon stolen power. It deludes you. You claim to be a savior to the people, but they have seen through your lies. Even your own father can scarcely bear to look at you. You're nothing but a small, small man, hiding within the hollow facade of a hero. And today, we tear that facade down and shove a brush up your ass. Oh, will you now? You may have the metal, but have you the puissance to claim the mantle of hero? My mantle? Okay. Well, the time for words is past. Follow my lead. So good. Right, kick his teeth in then. Let's go. This music's too addictive. I like it too much. Oh, there's a bunch of dudes. Okay. Cool.
What's he doing out there? I defeated him already, but of course. Oh dear. That's right. Oh, where's he gone? Oh, his armor fell off. Oh, that's brilliant. That's quite funny. Yay, more ads. Woo! She needs to heal herself, bro. Oh. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Is this guy gonna come back in? Or? Perhaps we should consider this a draw. I don't think so, buddy. You've lost, Virazan. Lay down your weapon. I'm utterly defenseless. This rotten piece of wood was supposed to make me invincible. I can't move. The artifact. It's... That doesn't look good. Yeah, that doesn't seem good. It's drawing the ether out of the entire place. What? This place is going to look like the burn if we're not careful, right? But I'm a hero. Somebody save me. Doesn't look like it fills a meter or anything, but it looks like it's just... It'll keep spamming it until either you die or you kill it, by the looks of it, I'm guessing. Cool. That's quite funny, Famo. I like that. Just smudged the boy. He's in his undies now, look. His budgie smugglers. He's out cold. Now to take back the treasure. Wait. This can't happen. A hero never falls.
I must retreat, yes. Yes, a tactical retreat, a noble retreat, so that the Justiciar may live to save another day.
Somebody shoot him. Somebody shoot him, please.
Huh?
Oh, I'll do. The eyes. They're making use of that new eye technology. I love that. That doesn't look good. So it's still trapped in there then. I want to fight the Tural Vidral, I'll be honest with you. I wonder if we'll get to see that in the final quest, like with it all together, like the follow-up. I suppose the Apex wasn't finished yet. And it seems that Radz-at-Han is in his cowardly haste neglected to look skyward. Was it an unfortunate accident? No, probably not. Or fate delivering his just desserts. That's good. I like that. I can't wait for the Hildebrand quest, dude. Think of the possibilities. Well, off to jail for you, Milado. He has to walk back in his undies. Fantastic. He gets bitten. He claimed to be Radz-at-Han's savior, yet he sowed only discontent among its people. Perhaps some days in a sunless jail will give him some time to reflect upon the error of his ways. And now I've finally recovered the perch of the apex. Thank you for coming this far with me, Meoni. You're welcome. Enjoy your wooden object. I kind of want to, if that's the case for all of these quests, then I want to combine all of the artifacts to create like a super enemy. The battle was hard fought, but we made it through. Radz-at-Han is the responsibility of a radiant host now. And now that I've done what I've pledged to do, I must return home and bring the good tidings to my mother and father. Yet, before doing so, there are many others I must thank. In the meantime, can I count on you to meet my family in Tural for one final farewell? My parents will surely be glad to see you again. Nod. I need to hand this quest in. Alright. Let's go and say hello to the parents. Wonder if that totem is future extreme currency. I don't know. Well, they did talk about adding a quest, didn't they? So if you do all of the role quests in Dawn Trail, much like with a Void quest, there'll be a follow-up that isn't currently in the game, but will be. So fingers crossed it has something to do with that? Some kind of epic fight of some description? Hopefully, right? Alright, Suhei. Oh yeah, sultry voice. I didn't expect to see you in Tural again so soon. Is Tepeque well? Tepeque, my own daughter, I forgot her name. Yeah, we got rid of the dude. She really did it. And the man who stole our sacred treasure will answer for his deeds. Father, Mother, it's good to see you. I'm sure Meoni's already told you what happened. I couldn't have retrieved our treasure without her.
So we've heard. Yet Meoni also told us your wits and bravery were essential to your success. On behalf of the whole village, I thank you for guiding Tepeque in her quest, Meoni.
Nod.
Now the perch of the apex must be returned, and put under careful guard once again. The story of Tural Vidral's demise proves that we are not meant to wield its power as our own.
I'm sorry, Father, but I disagree. Once I return to the village, I want to tell everyone what happened in Thavnir. They need to know what the treasure is capable of, or else we risk forgetting once again. I won't deny that the Apex's power is dangerous. I saw with my own eyes what happens when it's wielded with Abaddon. Yet during the course of our search, I also saw potential. If we fully understood how it worked, we could use it without risk to ourselves or other people. We could turn something we once feared to our advantage, instead of letting it become obscured in legend.
I can see reason in that. We must ever be ready for danger, even in times of peace. Should our safety be threatened, the treasure may grant us a means to protect ourselves. But can we be trusted to use it responsibly? Great power breeds great desire. Someone with great ambitions as Radz-at-Han may rise again, perhaps from among our own.
I dare say that once I've regaled them all with the rise and fall of the Justiciar, they'll think twice before following in his misguided footsteps. I can't speak, apparently. As our forebears relied on the legend of the Tural Vidral's fate to forbid the treasure's use, we can rely on the story of Radz-at-Han's fate to urge caution. And this time we have someone who lived through it all to tell the tale. Of course, if I'm going to be guiding people in safe use of a potentially dangerous treasure, I see no choice but to inherit my father's position as its guardian. Some may raise their eyebrows at the prospect of loose-lipped Tepeke serving as the perch of the Apex's protector, not predator. But I've grown from my mistakes. And who better to tell the tale of Radz-at-Han and Tepeke's failures? Nod.
Your only mistake was trust in Radz-at-Han, the same as I and many others. But unlike him, you have the willpower to overcome your own failings. Over the course of your long and arduous journey, you've gained a wealth of experiences, and your efforts have finally been rewarded. You took responsibility for your actions, and by doing so proved your conviction to our people. They shall listen to this proposition with open minds, I'm certain.
Now we must say farewell, as much as it pains me to do so. I owe you a debt I could never hope to repay. Once I return to the village, I'll do my utmost to protect the treasure we worked so hard to retrieve. Until next we meet, may fortune smile upon you. Nodders. You're waiting for the summer event and hoping for glamour. Oh, cool. Second week in August, summer event on? Oh, does it actually say that officially somewhere? Does it now? Please don't talk about any data mine stuff in my chats. Just to, I don't know if that is that you're talking about there, but please don't, because we don't support it. We got some direct hits. Nice. Reach for the apex. Reach for the stars. Nice. So I wonder if you get a title for getting all of these done. Let's have a look. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I still haven't done the quest for the Viper, have I? No, I completely forgot. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Actually, don't know. Don't know. Alright, well that's one role quest done. That means then, as soon as we unlock, finish the role quests, you can actually dye the artifact armor, can't you? For the role that you have chosen. So in theory, we should be able to get the dyeable Picto stuff now. You gotta go, take it easy, fan in the crowd. And Rias as well, take it easy. Thank you for popping by. Where am I going? Brain cells. Brain cells! Activate! Yeah, so it should be unlocked now, shouldn't it? Of which it is. I'm not sure I care much for job-specific armor, though. That's the problem I have with this. Is that, yeah, it's cool, but I haven't got enough armory space to have every single piece, you know what I mean? Like, they're cool, but I like glamours that sits on more than one caster, you know what I mean? Oops. Didn't mean to press that. Oh. Ooh. Interesting. Very interesting. Like how it's the tattoo. Okay. Alright, cool. I don't really care about the Pictomancer stuff. It's alright. But I've probably seen too much of it. So what do we do next? We've done ranged magical. Let's do tank or healer. Flip a coin. I'm interested to see what sage, like the healer side. Let's do healer first. And then tank afterwards. I'm curious. Alright, so the healer one picks off over here with the bald guy. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to take a short break, and then when when I am back, if I could speak English, that's why I need a break. I'm going to get a drink. We will continue, and we will do the healer role quests. We'll try to do as much as possible. Right, be right back. I'm also going to sneak in a bite to eat whilst I move. I need to stretch my legs. But thank you so much for watching so far. It took us 3 hours to get through that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Right, back in a moment. Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. So I just posted in chat, but probably some of you didn't see. We're going to open up a keyword raffle like we did the other day. Funnily enough, we tried to give away a Chikopricor mount the other day. I've still written the person who won's name down, but they didn't have their DMs open, which is awkward because it means I've got to try and chase them up elsewhere. I've tried to find a way of contacting them, but hopefully they come back at some point. So that one is still being reserved for them. But we have a second code courtesy of Tyveris, who from one of his alt accounts who watches Twitch, got the actual mount code to give away. So this is again another giveaway for the Chikopricor. So if you want to get the mount that's a Twitch exclusive, simply go into my Twitch channel, even if you don't like Twitch, to save yourself having to watch somebody for 6 hours, or cumulatively 6 hours, anybody on the platform. We thought we'd give that away. So just typing in potato, much like many of you have already typed in, those have all worked. Then I'll draw that in a little bit and we'll give it away. But please make sure you have your DMs turned on, because myself or moderators cannot message you if you have that turned off. I think some of you might have turned it on because of spam protection, and I fully understand that, but without us being able to message you, there's no way we can get you a code. So just bear that in mind. And anybody who's on YouTube currently who wants to be in flat, come over to Twitch and just type that in. Just type potato in, and we can include you in it. Okay? You don't need to win. That's fine. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Right, let's continue the role quest stuff then. Going to do the healer role quest now, since we've just done the ranged magical DPS. Got myself some water. And yeah, so my thoughts and opinions on the ranged magical one. Guy who finds totem, uses totem, or steals totem, uses totem, drops rocks on people. It's okay. I was right about my preconceptions about it not being as good as the Shadowbringers role quests. I don't think anything is going to compare to that, at least in my opinion. But we'll see. Maybe some of them are stronger than others. We're going to see if the healer one is any good. But yeah, at any point for the next hour or so, if you want to type in potato, you'll be included in that, okay? For the Chikopricor. Right then, Neopene? Neopene, I don't know. In the Sting of Things, okay. Let's see what this is about.
What business do you have with me?
Well, I want to do my role quest.
My apologies. You were Brookhaven's guest, were you not? I am Neopene, and I've journeyed far from the northern valleys of Tural to reach this grand city. Tell me, traveler, what is your name?
Meoni Whitetail. Hello.
Meoni, rest assured I'll remember it. A shame that we must meet under these unfortunate circumstances. My village's prized possession was among the treasures stolen by the passage of the Unbound. It is known as the Heart Sting, and the soul of the dread scorpion, one of the Tural Vidral, is sealed within. The creature once hunted its prey using an array of toxins produced within its body, and was a menace to all. Those granted by the Heart Sting's gifts may wield this fearsome power as they see fit. We believe the thieves have already taken it across the ocean to Eorzea, and it will doubtless wreak havoc in the wrong hands. Thus, I seek a healer to remedy any harm wrought by the Heart Sting's toxins in that faraway land. I won't mince words. You're precisely the sort of woman I seek, and we must act quickly to avoid the worst. Will you lend us your aid?
Fine, but don't expect any miracles. Depends how much you pull.
You have my gratitude. To the matter at hand then, while I was making inquiries here in Tural aloud regarding the thieves' whereabouts, some Eorzean merchants told me a rather intriguing tale. Specifically those returning from limbs of Lamensa bring foul tidings. Tales of able-bodied men and women suddenly losing their vision. Hey, I'm Gearex, how you doing? An all too familiar account, as the heart sting allows mastery over all manner of poisons, including those that inflict temporary blindness. A great deal of training is required to properly utilize the scorpion's gifts, but the blinding toxin is one of the simplest to wield. It seems to me the brigands were the masterminds of these strange incidents, harnessing the treasure's power for their own nefarious ends. Lo Shana, the village elder's daughter, made for limbs of Lamensa in pursuit of the heart sting. I intended to set sail with her, but my foot was badly injured by a strange mechanical doll during the thieves' ambush. Lo Shana insisted I remain here to recover, and she would not take no for an answer. I must ask that you cross the sea in my stead, and provide Lo Shana your aid. Considering that our enemy wields deadly poisons, the danger is too great for her to face alone. Based on when she departed, I presume she's arrived at our destination by now. She boarded a merchantman captained by a woman named Bald Breeder, who is primarily based in Limbs of Lamensa. She may be able to help you locate Lo Shana.
Okay. Let's go! Is that the healer roll? It is. These are the healer ones. We did magical ranged, and now we're doing healer. Bold Breeder. Bold Breeder, yeah, that's what it is. A Bold Breeder. Do-be. Limbs of Lamensa. We meet again. Okay, hello, Bold Breeder.
Aye, I'm Bold Breeder, and if you were planning to sell your healing services to me and me crew,
Don't. Me ship ain't setting sail for a short while.
eh? Looking for a Turali woman named Lo Shana.
Aye, she made the crossing with us, trying to retrieve some sort of treasure, as I recall. I told her Hurkus Halley was the best bet for the latest chatter, so you may find her wandering thereabouts. Keep an eye out for a Huron lass in a red tunic carrying a spear on the back. She can't have even gone too far. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do. Bold Breeder, the one and only. And hopefully they never return. You finished SMTV Vengeance Canon of Vengeance Chaos Ending. What's that? Is that Persona-y stuff? Shin Megame's. Never played one of those games. But the fact it's linked to Persona puts me off. That's a big mouthful. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. Wow. Any good? Did you enjoy it? Ooh, she's got a spike.
Well, howdy there, stranger. Can I help you? Niapine sent you to help, did he? Seeing as I get something of a dead end, your timing couldn't be better. I suppose proper introductions are in order then. I'm Lo Shana, or Jacques Tural. And you are?
I'm Meoni from Eorzea.
A pleasure to meet you. With that, we're strangers no longer. I'm not sure how much Niapine's already told you, but I assume you'll want to hear more about the day of the theft.
Yes.
My father and Niapine just had set up a trap using one of the heart sting's toxins, and we're on the way to return to the treasure to its resting place.
but an evil presence stirred in the wilds that night. Mechanical dolls with great glowing eyes leapt from the shadows and gravely wounded them both. My father survived the encounter, thankfully, but he was unable to give chase and convalesces now in my home village. The culprit's faces eluded him in the darkness, but he heard two voices, a man's and a woman's. He recognized neither, so we're certain they ain't from our village. Whoever those two were, they must have been the ones controlling the dolls before making off with a heart sting. Brooke Evu said they're part of the passage of the unbound, but I'm afraid that's all I know of the culprits. Still, that may change if I can ascertain the cause of the recent blinding incidents that have occurred here. Unfortunately, I haven't had much luck asking around. The thought of addressing even one person here is, well, overwhelming. When you're from a remote village like me, the few I've attempted to speak with were too busy to even listen in the first place. You, on the other hand, look ready to take on the world, or at least this city. I'm sorry to ask this of you so soon after we've met, but could you help me gather the latest hearsay in the markets? Yeah, I guess I could. Many thanks. I'll search the quieter districts for clues in the meantime, and hopefully not get myself lost along the way. Bye. Dear God, what is this? Yes. Yes, that's exactly what it is. As soon as we learn that Turali people speak like that, we have to try.
Recent chaos in the markets. I'm told the Yellow Jackets have been thoroughly investigating the matter in cooperation with the Adventurers Guild. If you're in RE, there's a Yellow Jacket making the rounds by the way the Fisherman's Guild. Should be a good one to ask.
Okay. Wah, wah, wah. You recommend looking into Shin Megami Tensei 5? I don't know any of the games though, right?
Blinded incidents? I know of them. Started with a few bad fruit in a stall in Orchards Alley. Few bites in and folks suddenly go writhing on the ground and beach sea serpents, claiming they can't see a bloody thing. I don't blame them for raising elves with a shopkeep, neither. Of course, Sods couldn't move them. Moving elm until the treatment came over like they could see properly. Shopkeep was rightfully furious about the whole ordeal. Took it up with his long-time supplier. Escalated into a real spectacle, it did. Turns out the same problem was occurring at other stalls, and with fruit from different suppliers, so it don't make sense to pin the blame on individual sellers in the whole supply chain. Even no one knows what's causing it. Grim business, I tell you.
That's right. Grim business, I tell ye. Less Persona, more combat? Okay. But I don't like the art style of Persona. Which might be a bit bad to say. Why? No, we can't go why, yes. No, Shura Limson. Well, yes, I know about the blinding incidents. I experienced it firsthand, I did. I was rather peckish, so I purchased some fruit from a local stall and took a few bites on my way home. But before I knew it, my vision went dark. I stood there shaking and crying, terrified of what would happen if the darkness never faded. But I was alone until I heard a woman nearby howling with laughter. Fortunately, I didn't suffer for long. A passing adventurer cured me sight with her sooner, and I went about the rest of my day, though nothing happened. But I haven't been able to look at a fruit the same way since. Okay. Fruit is bad for you, confirmed. Especially if it makes you blind. Jeez. Blindness fruit. Blindness fruit. It's Persona art style? Boo. Not my cup of tea. Remember, if you want to get the Chocoprical without having to watch me for 6 hours, we'll be drawing that within the next hour or so. So if you want to enter into that, just type potato, P-O-T-A-T-O, into Twitch chat, and we'll put you in a draw. 12 be good. You're Meoni Whitetail, aren't you? The Meoni Whitetail. It's an honor to meet the realm's vaunted hero up close. As a role I could assess you with, I hear all sorts of my rounds, so if it's information you're after, you've come to the right person. Yes. Oh yes, the serial blind ends. They're causing a terrible ruckus around here. You know, a woman in red came this way a few moments ago to ask about the very same. I take it you two are acquainted? Yes. Aha! I thought so, as I told her another incident was reported yesterday morning. The victim brought fruit from a local vendor, took a few bites, then temporarily lost all vision. Same as the rest. The vendor in question was last seen in the south of the Radz-at-Han, so I headed there next to follow their trail. You're welcome to join me if it'll help you with your investigation. Yes. Yes, it will. So far, we've got fruit that blinds you. And, people who throw rocks. Oh, it's such a long way to walk around. Wah, 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 wah. He's paralyzed, he is. We gotta do something. I've no talent for healing magics, and I don't have any spine drops on me either. Perhaps the sooner might do the trick. Yeah, I guess. Get Asuned.
Oh, I'm healed. I'm healed. Thank the 12th. And you lot, of course.
Excellent work, Meoni. On behalf for the Yellow Jackets, I owe you my thanks as well. Now, I hate to ruin the mood, but I'll need to report this to my superiors. Could you tell us what transpired here before we find you?
Oh, it was awful. Just awful, I tell you.
So there I was, on my daily walk, waving at people. I was walking home after another arduous day at work, minding my own business when a Lalafellin merchant suddenly called out to me. "You, my good man, you look exhausted," he said. "Why not soothe your weary spirit and fill your empty belly with one of the realm's sweetest apples? You've earned it, nay, you deserve it." 'Twas a tempting sales pitch, but I wasn't keen to gamble on potentially cursed fruit. Sensing my apprehension, he proudly declared his merchandise safe to eat. He sounded sincere enough, even took a bite of the apple himself. "No tainted fruit here," he boasted, "just normal, honest-to-good's produce." He sold me the apple at a reasonable discount, having, bitten into it like an absolute idiot. And that all seemed well. I wouldn't want that apple. It's gross. That is until I took my first bite. A numbness spread through my body like wildfire. I collapsed to the ground, struggling to speak a single word. The vendor and his fruit had suddenly betrayed me, yet I knew not how. As I fell, a woman's shrill laughter echoed from a few yards away, and the vendors soon followed. I never saw the woman for myself, what with the whole not being able to move business, but between her laughing fits, she made mention of heart sting or some such. Oh, you poor dear. Wait, what? Oh, wait, how did we do it again? Yeehaw, hold on. Oh, you poor dear. And this woman you mentioned? You're positive she spoke the word hot sting? Oh, as surely as the wind blows, for a mercy neither she nor her vendor friend tried to steal my belongings, but have certainly stolen my dignity. I hope those conniving charlatans gets what's coming to them. Oh, this is dangerous fruit we're dealing with. First blindness, now paralysis, is this? But first things first, we should escort this man home. If you're a mind to pursue the perpetrators further, then I've care out there, alright? Bye. Did you get all the links now? I got the Heidelin one, and I agree with you. They are ugly. I don't like this like tiny heads, Emma. I think they're really weird for that. It does put me off getting the rest of them, but I will get them. Even if it's just for the achievement points, you know? For the apocryphal Bahamut thing.
Well, there's no doubt about it, then. Our thieves are at large, right here in Lemza. The blinding toxin is simple enough to master, but it's unsettling how quickly they've learned to inflict paralysis as well. I just don't see what purpose this all serves. Were you able to learn anything of their motives?
Not really, no.
So, they took pleasure in the victim's pain, but nothing more at least.
Nothing more than we know of.
Whatever their true aim may be, we must discover it quickly, before more victims suffer at their hands. A hunter must adapt to their environment if they wish to snare their prey, but I have so much to learn about this place. Still, I've tracked them this far, which is a good start. For the time being, I'd like to petition those officers in yellow for any new information they acquire on the hot stain's whereabouts. When we come across any promising leads, I hope I can count on your support again.
Probably. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Say, Meoni, could you spare a moment? I'll try to start on a positive note then. The good news is that there have been no further incidents involving poison fruit. Quack. I should be happy about that, but it's not exactly conducive to tracking down our thieves. Despite my best attempts, my investigation's at a standstill.
Meoni!
We bring news from a coral tower. A lot of fellow man matching the description of that fruit vendor who was seen leaving the city with a Huron woman. It seems they were making for Aleport. We've increased patrols of late, so if I had to guess, the culprits are finding it harder to operate within the city. Seems we've forced them to withdraw for the time being. Aleport, you say? That's on this island, isn't it? Yes, that's right. It's possible to get on foot, but a ferry by the Fishermen's Guild can take you straight there. While the Yellow Jackets must continue to keep an eye on things here, it's reassuring to know the adventurer of Meoni's caliber is on the case. If you plan to pursue the suspects, I can't even say it anymore. Aleport's your best bet. That said, I should get back to work. It was an honor to meet you and your friend, Meoni. Safe travels to you both, and give these crooks a good thrashing from me.
That's a Mikote woman, by the way. Yes, I'm aware.
My ability to do high-pitched voices,
or any... Tyverus, please come and go on a Discord call with me, and you can voice them. Feel free to do so, please.
Well, the city's protectors place so much trust in your abilities. I'm lucky to have you on my side. When I first set for sail for Eorzea, I feared I'd never see the heart sting again, but we're still one step closer to bringing it home. In any event, we'd best find our way to the port town before that pair of troublemakers defiles yet another fruit supply. I'll go on ahead and take the ferry. Meet me in Aleport once you're ready. Is that a threat?
Well, I'd like to see you do better, is basically what I'm saying. You think you can do female Mikote, Southern England country, Yellow Jacket? Be my guest, please. It's not as easy as it seems.
I could just have like a monotone reading of them all, but I don't think it'd be half as entertaining. How far south? North. I guess. Guess it'd be more north, wouldn't it? So many people saying that they could do better. Wow. I see how it is. Well, you just have to put up with me sucking then, won't you? I'll just read it in monotone. Ah, there you are, Meoni. You are a welcome sight amongst such unfamiliar scenery. Is that better? The ferry skipper was eager to tell me about this area on the ride here, so I believe I have a general idea of what's what. Wouldn't want to lose my bearings on a hunt this important. I asked him about our merchants, but he said he hadn't seen a pair like that. The skipper did mention another merchant, though, who was well versed in the comings and goings of his fellow traders. If anyone sighted our unlikely duo, it's him. Let's hope it's enough to put us on the culprits trail again. The merchant we seek should be peddling his wares by the gates to Skull Valley, so let's start there. Please no. What, you like that? You love it! You love it, don't lie. Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about the word potato.
Can I help ye? Allow, fella, and I are in travelling together. I've spied him, though I'd never seen him before. I certainly made an impression. They sold some potions and elixirs to a pair of fresh-faced adventurers on the cheap from what I could tell.
Well, if those merchants really are our culprits, then those potions are most likely tainted with toxins.
Toxins, you say? That don't bode well.
Is that better? You'd rather me not have... I don't know. I don't... We'll just read it normally. The adventurers who brought them, a marauder named Wysilum and a conjurer named Zerig, already left for their next job, said they were escorting one of the local farmers over to Swiftperch. They're good lads, the two of them. They've been making life easier for the small folk here ever since they arrived, and I'd hate to have something happen to them. Someone needs to warn them about those potions right quick. Leave that to us. Swiftperch is southeast of here, yes? Let's find them before the poison takes hold. Cool. You're way more monotone? I doubt it. What, than my robot impression? No, not possible. Impossible. Go listen to it. I mean, I'm streaming at the moment, so that's not going to happen, is it? I expect greatness, though, when I do read it, listen to it. Phew, thank the gods you found us when you did. These potion sellers must have swindled us. Our draught of elixir... one draft of elixir was all it took to send Zedrig into the most furious fit of hiccups I've ever seen. Poor bastard couldn't even cast a single spell. Who are you, Hick? Calling a hick. Poor bastard. If a heart sting's toxins are at work here, we should be able to cleanse them with a sooner, just like last time. I'm sorry, did you say? Oh, sod it. We have plenty of time to chat after Zedrig stops hiccuping up a storm. I have to ask more of you. I hate to ask more of you. But if you could at least cast a sooner on my partner, it'd be much appreciated. Okay. Cool. I can speak again. You have my thanks. Bloody hells. First we waste our hard-earned coin on poison potions, and now there are killer mammoths on the loose. What's the world coming to? Oh no. Who goes there? Show yourself. Oh me, oh my. Our spear-wielding friend is sharp of eye. You're the frauds of Aleport. Why yes, and watching your scrawny compatriot suffer was the highlight of our evening. I admit the poison was meant to silence him, but hiccups, 'twas comedy at its finest. Perhaps the elixir reacted with the venom. Regardless, we've had our fill of fun from the results, so I shan't complain. Venom? Then you must be the thieving cowards from the Passage of the Unbound. Ah, my sweet fairy apple, you know us? I suppose that means we're famous. I can't believe it. Oh, who am I kidding? Yes, I can. Indeed, I am the Passage of the Unbound's alchemist extraordinaire, the illustrious Arete. And I'm so very, very pleased to make your acquaintance. Kokonawa at your service, Alarete's helping hand and master of mammoths. Your garb is ever so familiar to me, my dear. Ah, don't tell me. You hail from a little village in Tural, don't you? My goodness. You've come a long way. How was the voyage? Enjoying the sights? Enough. You've got a lot of explaining to do, starting with the reason you took the heart sting. And is this part of your organization's grand scheme? Well, the apple bites back. 'Tis true that my unbound compatriots harbour lofty ambitions, yes, but I have no interest in overthrowing nations. I merely crave for the mires of chaos they've promised me. I aim to bring more laughter into this dreary world, one mischief and a few handy poisons at a time. Kokonawa and I are having oodles of fun expanding our repertoire of toxic treats. Yet there's no greater kill to our thrills than a healer who can whisk her hard work away. Unless, of course, I master a toxin that even she can't cure. Ooh, I do love a challenge. Now, I hate to leave you, my dears, but our work here is done, and we've a busy schedule ahead of us. Mammoths to mend, venomous misdeeds to master. Ta-ta for now. No, wait, damn you. Boom. Oh, that stench smells like a corpse that just shat itself. Yep. Lovely. This odour is too much to bear. Take me home to the Twelveswood, Whistleum. The air is clearer there. Oh no, don't you give out on me, Zerig. We've still got a job to do. We mustn't keep our clients waiting any longer, but we're in your debt. Thank you again for everything, Miss Lo Shana, and this here is Meoni. Take care of each other out there. Much as I'd like to track down the Unbound, I know better than to tread further into their territory without a plan. For now, I think it's best we return to Limzalamin, so... Cool. Yeah, I'm not getting the same enjoyment as I was by reading it like this, I'll be honest with you. It's kind of boring like that. Not enjoying it. I like to have fun with things, even if I suck at them. Shall we? And that might not be everyone's cup of tea, as they've stated, but... It's either that, or we don't do it. At all. Doo-doo-doo. Christ, you're hanging around long enough for it to smell it. Thank you for the support back there, Meoni. Asuna truly does work wonders. And that Alaretti,
I can't stop thinking about what she said. My blood boils knowing that this is all some sick game to her. How dare she toy with a hot stink for her own amusement. Honestly, even the youngest children in my village have more sense. Still, we did make progress. Now that the villains have revealed themselves, it'll be easy to give chase when they choose to make their next move. In any case, I'll keep you appraised of the latest news as soon as I hear it. We'll be back to the hunt before long. It's funny to see a petite female Mikoto with such a deep voice. Yeah, I don't think I can go. I might have like a setting on my voice thingy on the Go XLR, but every time you try and change the gender on this thing, it goes basically chipmunk. Like
right now it's going chipmunk, yeah? It doesn't sound right, does it? Like, it sounds like a chipmunk or something. Right?
So I need like I would need some kind of other kind of voice changing thing. Females can, I know females can have deep voices. Fran has a deep voice. I don't know how high I'd be able to go, really. Probably like obscenely high, but it wouldn't sound right. Chipmunk. We could do like a chipmunk voice for one of the other characters. Let's do that. But not yet. Oh, it's you, Meoni. You'll have to forgive the dour mood. I just don't understand it. How is it that Alaret and Kokinawa can be so grandiosely reveal their names and identities, yet I remain unable to track them down? I've been following the latest hearsay, but I haven't had much luck. Not a soul seen them since the incident with Wisilum and Zareg. But that's not to say I've given up entirely. Now that they know I'm on their tail, I suspect they'll be using my unfamiliarity with this island to their advantage. I dare say they're lying low outside the city. That's why I propose a trip to Marby Dry Docks. Folk there often speak of it, but I've yet to go there myself, so it seems a good place as any. If you're game, I'll meet you there. Sure. I'll be there. We'll do a chipmunk as one of the voices. I don't have